Let me know how the volume is, guys. What's up, team? We're up, barely. Whew. All right. Anything moving right now? I mean, I know we got like DWAC. We have Moho, which is could be better, I think. We've got like IMPP, which, you know, again, could be better, but it's moving a little bit. We've got INDO, which I don't even know what this one's doing. BBI, gapping up, not holding at all. NVIV. We had AMC earnings yesterday. AMC is currently sitting at 1820s, so we're looking at that. Sorry if I'm a little late today. I'm on vacation. We had Nordstrom earnings yesterday. We had GHSI. Oh, man, it's cold. Oh, man. What's up, team? Hold on. I don't even have my phone. Hold on. I'll be right back. I had to make myself some coffee in the coffee machine. Just took so long today. It's my first sip of coffee, so. That's good. All right. Yeah, turn that down, bro. Hey. All right, there you go. Oh. All right. All right, let me get StreamYard working. So what's everybody doing today? Let me know how well you can hear the music. I still haven't gotten my AirPods set up to my computer. Oh no, what was that? Did y'all just hear a horrible, horrible echo, or is it just me? No. Is the echo really this bad? Let me know. Is the echo or the mic really this bad? Let me know. I don't know what it is. There we go. What the heck is going on? I'm sorry, guys. Let me mute myself real quick. Wait, how long have I been muted, guys? How long have I been muted, man? Wow, have I been muted this whole time? My apologies, guys. I'm dumb. Nobody told me, man. This is the first time the chat hasn't said anything. All right, just let me know what this. Let me know what this sounds like. My bad, guys. How long have I been muted? This whole time? My bad if so. If I've been muted this whole time, my apologies. Can y'all hear that beeping? I'm honestly clueless as to what's causing this beeping. What I said was that AMC's okay. You know, SoFi had good earnings. AMC is okay. Oh, AMC, for those that don't know what EBITA is or EBITDA is, it stands for earnings before interest, taxes. Sometimes if it's DTA, it's depreciations. And if it's EBITA, it's earnings before interest, taxes, and amortization. And so it's just a really long abbreviation for a lot of different metrics to calculate earnings before or after. But yeah, AMC's okay. SoFi looks really good this morning. So we're watching SoFi. Moho, MOHO looks interesting. We're watching that too. Oh, my bad, guys. I've been muted this whole time. My bad, guys. Dang, John sound rough? I'm okay. I'm not really bad. I think the hoodie over my head probably makes it seem a little bit more rough than I actually am. You know, which I'm okay. I'm just cold. Yeah, all good. Yeah, I had to start the stream a little bit late. AMC another loss in earnings report, even though they were up in revenue. Adam Aaron gave a nice speech just needs to figure out how to make money. You got to figure out how to make money. Okay, so if I'm AMC, how do you make money? Well, obviously you make money with theaters, and so you know you could try a movie pass thing where you give people monthly subscriptions to movies. You could try selling other things at theaters. I think if they opened up like a really big gift shop at theaters where they sold like merch for the movies, especially like Marvel and superhero movies, I think that type of merch would sell really well. Or like Lord of the Rings, or you know what I mean. But just as an example, I think that if they opened up gift shops in every movie theater and sold merch, they could probably make a bunch of money. I think if they partnered with arcades to where you could go to the arcade, and I know they already have that at movie theaters, but like partnering with arcades could bring in a revenue source. I think that movie theaters could also obviously partner with more movies to stream at home. I think movies have shown that you can make money that way over the past few years, so you can make money that way. But, you know, it's going to be a slippery slope of if you open movies to people at home, then who's really going to pay to go see them? And I think that's really the argument there. And we'll have to see what happens with AMC. But let me know what you like, or let me know how you think is the most reasonable plan for movie theaters and specifically AMC to make more money. Let us know what you think. Yeah, it's all good, Pawn. My bad, guys. That's my fault completely. I thought you were practicing the shoplift. Hey. What trading platform do you use? I use Thinkorswim. NFTs would help AMC. VR interactive movies, ride bumper cars. That'd be kind of dope. I mean, it just depends, man. You should work in their marketing department. All good ideas. Hey, we're trying over here, Larry. AMC, Adam Aaron. Look, hire your boy. Just don't watch any of my streams from the last like year straight, you know, but hire me. I'll be a great AMC spokesman, you know. Cheers to you. Double A. I don't know if the NFT idea. I think you can make money, but it's fragile. It's the best way I can use to describe NFTs. It's fragile. You can make money with them, but it's a really difficult kind of slippery slope type of thing where to make money with NFTs, there's a chance when you make NFTs that the NFT is going to crash. The value of NFTs are going to crash. And so you can make NFTs, but I think it's just a risky endeavor. Now you could, and you can. And it depends on what type of NFT, but I think with a company like AMC, there's risk there. But I think if they are going to make NFTs, the way they should do it is this. I think that they should do a few exclusive drops per movie where you can pay a fee to get put in line, and maybe they pull 20% of that line and you get access to like really premium NFTs that nobody else has, and then anybody else that paid to get in line, it's just kind of like better luck next time. And then that would bring in additional revenue in that regard. I just think with NFTs, it's such a subjective value that it'll be some work. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This rational discussion about AMC's earnings would be relevant if it was $8 a share. Well, I mean, it's at $18. It's in the realm of like reasonable, like what's reasonable and what's not. I think under 20 is fine for AMC. Yeah, they also franchise. Okay, so they make money in that way though. Their total gross food sales were up 30%. The ticket sales have done nearly as well. Nice. Yeah, Hayden. YouTube blocks cursing comments. It's not me. It's not like I'm over here just like, nope, I don't like Hayden, I'm gonna just ban him. That's not what I'm doing. YouTube, I can't even see it. I can't even look at my. It's hard for me to even read the chat right now because I'm on one monitor. But yeah. Make a movie day a full day of activities for the family. Movie day night and a full night rides, games. Yeah, I think if they built in like a restaurant, like a legit restaurant that you could take dates to, and you could buy like packages where you go to the movie, or you go to the date night and then you go to the movie. You eat at dinner. You go to the movie. You go to an ice cream place afterwards, and they built it into like a bigger experience. I think that would be interesting. AMC should partner with DraftKings. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Dinosaurs? Yeah, that's cool, man. Movie pass thing. Alright, so the SPY just kind of dipped heavily here. Look at the SPY. SPY dropped down to 430s here, 430.90. So let me know what you think of the SPY. It's trying. We got ATXI on the move too. Watching that. Here's ATXI. ATXI is interesting. It just didn't hold any of its gains from yesterday. And so we'll see what happens. But, it's interesting. Again, just didn't hold any of its gains, unfortunately. All right, guys. Oh man, how you doing over there, bro? How you doing over there, dude? Hey, how you doing over there, bro? You good, man? Okay. Dude, how about crypto's craziness, man? Crypto back up to 45K. I bought a little bit of the dip, but crazy, to be honest. Crazy. All right, guys. Let me know what your favorite stock is right now. Also, vote on the poll that we've got going. I've got the poll going. I don't know if I can even see it on mobile. Nice, Larry. Congrats. Great job, dude. Yeah, that's true, Beach. That's true, bro. Nice, Larry. Congrats. Great job, dude. So far in AMD. Yeah, that's true, Beach. That's true, bro. Wait, where's my scrolling symbol? Ugh, dude, every time I join this, it's weird. What's up with the hoodie? Is that cold in your office? Turn up the heat, bro. I'm not in my office, man. I'm on vacation in a hotel. And hotels run cold, man. I mean, I can take my hoodie off. It's just freaking cold, man. I can see there's not much of a delay here. You know? Alright. Reverb. You have an echo? Yeah, I just gotta turn this down a little bit. I'm just checking the sound of the stream. I figured out what the echo was. The echo was simply just the stream sound coming from my phone and then hitting my mic. And so you were hearing the stream sound from two different directions. That's all it really was. Now it's fine. But SoFi here, y'all think SoFi is going to end green? It's going to end green. Do you think SoFi is going to run up at the opening bell? That's the question. Do you think SoFi is going to run at the open? Let me know. All right, guys, we got BBI as well. Just a lot of really cheap penny stocks running up. I'm looking at some of the scanners too. We've got like LNTH, which is kind of moving. AEO. Sounds great here. Nice, man. Aha, Jojo. Yeah, you got it, man. CTIC, bro. What happened? I traded that one yesterday, and oh damn. CTIC looks better than I anticipated here. CTIC actually looks interesting. I think CTIC is probably, for me personally, I think CTIC here is the most interesting penny stock this morning relative to the other ones. Because it's up. You should probably use it in my title. Let me see. There we go. Let me exit out of here. Yeah, get that out of the way. Yeah. GHSI. Okay. Okay, that'll be good enough. Yeah, I think CTIC is the most interesting one. Look at this. It's over threes. It's at 303s right now. INDO showing up on the scans. Price is spiking up. Let's see what's going on here. But I think CTIC is definitely interesting. Here's INDO. And that's IBO. Here's INDO. I miss my computer, guys. INDO. This is a weird one because this one kind of got, I'm not going to say it got pumped up, but like this one, look at this chart for INDO. INDO is kind of interesting here. I can't remember what happened with this, but it was at 360s, a few weeks ago. And now it is at $12. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens, INDO, do y'all think this is going to continue to run up? I think it just needs to hold at $10. I think $10 is the big level that it kind of needs to sit at. And we'll see if it does. We've got a Moho as well running up. Yeah, Michael action. What's up, Emmanuel? I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Yeah, smash the like. What's up, JB? Nice to have a few in the 9s. LFG. Nice. Is it just me or does John have his mic off? Is my mic off or is Liana behind on the stream? Both of them are possible. I don't think my mic's off right now though. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, I don't think. I think Liana, I think you're a little bit behind in the stream, and so click the live button next to the play button. If anybody's behind in stream, just press the live button next to the play button. It'll catch you back up. ISPO. Got a lot of people telling me to look at ISPO. ISPO is interesting, very volatile and kind of crazy. Is this a SPAC? Because this is weird. This thing had a crazy run. Oh, this is the ISPO run that happened with like INDO. This is weird, man. This is a SPAC, I'm pretty sure though. So a SPAC is makes a little bit more sense. I'm not saying it makes total sense, but a SPAC makes it seem a little bit more reasonable. It's not. We'll see. Somebody asked me to look at a different one too. Let me see. OZON still halted. Halted on what? It's at 940s now. 940s. We'll see. Oh man. Sound here's okay. Goes my computer. Okay, cool. Oxy is running for a new high today. Let's check it out. GHSI. First, let's look at Oxy, OXY. Yeah, what is this? OxyClean? Maybe it's not OxyClean. I don't know this one. OXY. It's at 48.50s. Looks strong, very strong. Just don't know much about the stock. Volume looks good though, and the runs look great. It was at 37.50s a few days ago, so that's interesting for sure. And yeah, we'll see. But I'll have to look up the news. Let me pull old trusty Benzinga out and see what's going on with Oxy here. See kind of what it's all about. So 1 second, guys. This is Occidental Petroleum. Okay, so this is a gas stock that ran up on the Russia-Ukraine news, is what this is. So that makes more sense. This is oil and gas absolutely ripped over the last few weeks. And so with that, that's kind of what's going on here. So hey, we'll see what happens with this. We'll keep coming to it. Oxy is an oil producer that has been the oil well in production serve. F-Cell looking strong. Man, I'm ready to get back home to my computer, guys. We're at 620s right now, 620s. Listen to me, I know stuff, folks. I'll even put that up on the big screen. For sure, William. Y'all don't even understand, bro. Walking around Disney World is tough, dude. Walking around Disney World, that is tough, bro. But yeah, I'm definitely tired. Honestly, walking around Disney World is so tiring, bro. Just a lot of work. Did it once, never again. Bro, I know people at Disney got in free and still spent over $1,000 in a day. That sounds about right, man. Disney. Whew, dude. I mean, we did it the right way, though. You know, like the way we did Disney, it was the right way. You know. Yeah, for sure. I'm ready to go home, Cal, for sure. SoFi. Popping up to 13s. Look at SoFi here. SoFi's starting to run over 13s. Yeah, I had some boat shoes, bro. I had 2 pairs of shoes. Y'all tell me which ones y'all like better. You know? Oh, man. So, like, let's do a vote on the shoes I wore to Disney World. You know, number 1, we've got practical, you know, dad shoe, a dad shoe, if you will. You know, these are like the existential dad shoe. I wore shorts and socks with these yesterday. I wore shorts and socks with these. Carol was so mad at me, but like, hey, dude, I'm going for comfort. You know, boat shoes. You know, and then number 2, we had Nike high tops. These were a mistake bringing these. High tops are not what you want to walk around Disney World in for 7 hours. You just don't want to wear these to Disney World. But we did, and we made it work. But yeah, those are the shoes I wore to Disney World, man. Boat shoes were far better. I wish we could have gone to Universal. Yeah, I did the boat shoes and socks with shorts one. That's me. Carol hated it. But I don't care. I'm past the age where I really care that much about style, and I just kind of wear what I like. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, the Sperry's are comfortable, bro. I like Sperry's, dude. Like, the soles are comfortable. You can get tennis shoes, but the soles were comfortable. I'm telling you. Yeah, DWC. Let's see, man. DWC's trying to run. FCell looking okay too, up over 6. DWC is up to almost 100 here. So I mean, DWC could potentially run. It certainly could. Cool, man. I did not get enough sleep last night at all. My nose is stopped up. Long story short of it. All right, so we do have SoFi up there. We're watching DWAC 2, Moho, SoFi, SPY, watching like INDO and a few other things. What happened was like Carol had a sinus infection, but we were semi-worried it was like a cold, but I'm pretty sure it was a sinus infection. And so Carol started using Afrin before we left, which is like a nose spray. But if you use Afrin for more than 2 days, it'll make your nose have like a rebound effect where it's actually worse. And so the day before we left on vacation, I started having stomach problems, which I honestly think is related to stress. And so I use the Afrin, and now I'm stuck on it. And if I don't use it, my nose is ridiculously stopped up. Here, I'll be right back. And so one day, once we're actually home, I'm gonna have to get off the stupid nose spray, man. But this has been the second time this has happened to me in a year. Don't take the convenience. it's not worth it. Your nose will be clear, but then it's going to come back twice as hard whenever you stop using it. But with that said, I'm about to use it. Ugh. Smells like Vicks Vapor Rub. Mitch, yeah, man, I'm happy for Mitch, man. He's doing his thing, bro. He's doing his thing. We got Mitch. Mitch actually had equity in beginner trading, so it's a little bit different. And now he works for Benzinga, and so it's a little bit different, But he wanted to be an analyst, so I'm happy for him, man. Oh. What's up, Daniel? Always, Daniel. Or not Daniel. Kyle. Always, bro. Ooh. We got ARDX2. Let's see. Let's see ARDX showing up on the scans. AMC at 1860s. GHSI. $0.80. $500K in salary, man. If that's true, Mitch's, that's a huge W for Mitch, man. I really am happy for Mitch, man. I know he doesn't day trade a ton anymore, but like, good trader, bro. Good trader. Really good swing trader. So. Yeah, for sure, William. 100%, man. HARP, FDA Fast Track News. The 413s. BBI at 25. 250s for BORR. And we got 34 cents for GHSI. Nordstrom had earnings, I think, as well yesterday, right? I know SoFi did. Here's the SPY. We got XCUR. I see a lot of really cheap penny stocks under 50 cents. Under 50 cents. We got Moho. Yeah, I went on Benzinga last week, I think. I'll still go on the show. Mitch and I still talk we usually keep in touch every week or so. I'll send him a message or he'll send me a message, maybe a little bit longer. But still keep in touch with him, I'm going to see him in a few months. All right, guys. So at least it looks like a little bit more stuff is moving than yesterday. Yesterday was so slow. So it was so slow yesterday. XCUR is at 25 cents. We got JWN, Nordstrom. It looks like Nordstrom had good earnings, correct? And we'll see what the SPY does. I mean, if we get some volatility today, I don't know if I'll be able to trade the open today, but we'll have to wait and see. I might be able to. It depends. Fed meeting at 10 a.m. Okay, hopefully we'll get some movement. All right. So we do have. What about ATXI? I heard ATXI ran up to over 100% yesterday. So it hit 67 cents, 68 cents. Again, I think genuinely the best penny stock right now is CTIC. I think that's the best looking penny stock this morning over everything else. And the reason I think that is because it's holding its gains. And so it gapped up to like 330s, 310s, 335s at its highs. And it actually held its gains, which is really what you want to see here. You want to see these things holding their gains. And that's not always the case. Most penny stocks generally fall back down after they get run up. And so if one holds, I'll pay attention to it. We also have DWAC up there at 96. Yeah, Lucid had earnings today, right? Or yesterday. What's up, Joel? And so yeah, are y'all buying SoFi? Let me know if you're bullish in SoFi. SoFi is up there to 1290s. So yeah, let me know if you're buying SoFi here. SoFi, interesting kind of banking technology. And so SoFi is interesting and really cool. And we'll see what happens with it. The other one that we're looking at in penny stocks is INDO. In large caps, we've got like Lucid. INDO starting to push back up to it's at like 1260s. Lucid at 24s, 25s. We got Lucid dropping down. It's at 24. So I guess Lucid had the earnings that came out on the 28th. I'm seeing that's where the biggest market reaction is. So I'm assuming that's when the Lucid earnings came out. I'm also seeing WKHS show up on the scans. Look at WKHS, workhorse. So that one's moving too. Well, I think Joel's here. Damn, dude. The only problem with running StreamYard from my phone is that to manage the stream, I have to keep adding a manager to it, basically. Yeah, WKHS, man. It's been a while. Wait, is there no music? No music? Wait. Oh, you're talking about with Joel. Oh, I mean, I might be here for most of the day. I mean, Joel's still gonna run the stream, but I'll probably still be here holding it down to a certain extent. So let me get Joel in here. Speaking of that. All right, guys, so WKHS popping up. I'm going to look up the catalyst here. And again, I'm using Benzinga to find out the news. Speaking of Mitch, I'm using Benzinga to figure out what's moving. And so WKHS is moving. We're going to look up Benzinga and see what the deal is here for this stock, see why it's moving, if we can. And, oh my gosh, bro, if StreamYard doesn't keep screwing up. There we go. Jumped it too high. All right, so we're going to pull up Benzinga again. My apologies. All right, guys. One second, guys. There we go. All right, sorry, ran into a snag on my computer. All right, guys. So yeah, WKHS is up. Sorry, looking at the news for this right now. All right, so the news here is fourth quarter results dropped. So Workhorse had fourth quarter results that dropped today. Man, that wasn't on the earnings calendar. I thought I saw it, but they had an earnings call. Okay, so the earnings call was yesterday. So Workhorse had good earnings. Why is it just now popping up though? You know, this was up early in pre-market. So this just happened this morning, not that long ago, only a few minutes ago. Why is this gapping up this morning? It looks like maybe it reacted negatively to fourth quarter results. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so it had good numbers yesterday. It looks like maybe bad earnings in the morning, and then it ran after that. Let me know what you like. Do you like Workhorse? Let me know, guys. I'm going to catch back up on chat in a second. Do we have Joel here? We might. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to manage everything from my phone, so it's kind of, I'm running into some issues here. What's up, Joel? You in here, bro? My bad, dude.
It's all good.
Hey, there you are. What's up, dude?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm managing everything from my phone, bro. So I'm doing my best.
Hey, it's all good, man. I'm just doing my my
And I might catch the
pre-market
open.
analysis.
Nice. I might catch the open. I don't know. We'll see. I might catch the open. I mean, I'm still gonna. Don't worry, Joel. I got you still. But I might stick around anyway. You know.
Yeah, that would be dope, man.
Yeah,
if
man.
you were able to stick around.
Honestly, I kind of got the itch, man. I haven't traded in like 3 days, and I seriously miss it. I really wanted to trade yesterday, but it's just been so hectic and busy. I just wasn't able to, man.
Oddly, I mean, the only thing that really ran yesterday was that ATXI, but the thing went up 200%, and it was like a 75 cent.
Right. Yeah. It's back down now. I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all good, man. You know. As long as we get some volatility, that's all that really matters, dude. You know.
It was Larry 52, and the Playmaker had like really nice big trades on that one.
Nice. That's
More Playmaker.
Yeah.
I actually ended up taking a trade on that thing.
Really?
Right after I got off the stream.
How'd you do?
It was green. I was like, it was like in and out. I was just like,
Yeah.
I just need to scalp it. That's the only thing with momentum. So
Nice.
I just took one trade and made a couple bucks. I essentially made back everything that I had lost yesterday.
Right, for sure.
And flat.
Right. Hey, that's how you gotta do it, you know. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of in this weird. There's weird rhythm of trading where I'll trade everything. Like I'll trade penny stocks, I'll trade large caps, I'll trade mid caps, I'll swing trade, and so honestly, I used to think like specialization was key to success in trading, but like as I've gotten older, I think, or as I've gotten experienced a little bit more in trading, and I've been trading, to put in perspective, guys, I've been trading for like 5 years now. Like I've been trading a long time, so I've had experience in success in a lot of different facets of trading. Right now, currently, my two favorite types of trading, and they might be it might be a little ironic because they're opposites of each other, but scalping is certainly one. Scalping the SPY or QQQ is probably my favorite short-term strategy, and then swing trading overly sold dip buys. You know what I mean? Those are usually very profitable too.
Yeah. I think I just need to get more equity in my account. Really,
Right.
Might make a couple deposits over the next few months,
Right.
just to bring it up like into a few thousands.
Right.
Because I want to start trading some small caps, and I want to start doing some swing trading. But I mean, it's kind of a slow grind when you're building it up.
Right.
A small account. So
Right, for sure, 100%, man. Yeah, grinding it up takes time, man. It's one of those things. Like I said this yesterday, but okay, so it's like day trading's great, and I do want to put this out there because I think some traders need to hear this. So we had my manager guy come over here. His name's Bobby. He came over here yesterday and kind of had a few beers with me at the hotel. And one of the things I told him, and I believe it's absolutely true, is that a lot of people are like attracted to day trading because I think day trading is just kind of the exciting, like existential, like cool job as a trader. You know, you want to be a day trader, you're attacking short-term momentum. You know, it's the most exciting. It's the most, your heart pounds when you do it, and it's just really exciting, right? So I think a lot of people get gravitated towards that. But at the same time, you guys got to understand how successful long-term investing truly is. You know, long-term investing, if you buy and you diversify well enough and you spend, say, $30,000 to $40,000 and you invest, in 10 years, you'll be a millionaire. Like, no question. Like, if you do it right, in 10 years, you'll be a millionaire. And so it's like, I think a lot of people are kind of like trying to swim upstream in day trading when they should just be putting their money up. You know, a lot of people don't have time. It's like the amount of time it's going to take you to learn day trading, you know, some people are just going to be better suited to just letting their money sit in the market and just, you know, dollar cost averaging and doing whatever they got to do to avoid short-term volatility and just letting their money grow that way, you know.
yeah, and that's actually very, very true. So over the last 2 years that I've been day trading, I had started investing a year prior to that.
Right.
I should say investing in raw stocks. I already had like a Roth and stuff like that prior,
Right.
but
Yeah.
investing in like raw stocks over the last I'd done a year prior to that, and I've been doing that for that full like 3 year time frame, and a lot of my investments have done way better
Right.
than I've done in day trading.
100%.
Um, like you know, hundreds of percentage
Right.
more. And it's funny because like some days in day trading, I'll make 100, $200, but
And you're hyped when you do, but it's just kind of like,
yeah,
you know, people don't understand how. The reality of it is people don't understand how truly profitable investing is. Like
mhm.
value investing, whatever you want to do, dollar cost averaging, whatever kind of investment strategy you really want to use. If you diversify well enough, basically the Warren Buffett style of investing, which is value investing, that style of investing is so profitable, man. You research 10 healthy companies that you think are going to be around in 10 years. You research it, you look at their money, you look at how much they're making, you look at the trends of how much they're making, and you buy and hold those for 10 years, you'll be rich, you know. Um,
Something that I
it's
wanted to mention if we happen to do this week in crypto this week is the crypto market is starting to rip like
yeah,
pretty
dude.
big because Mexico's talking about making Bitcoin legal tender.
Wow.
Um, and that is no small feat. Like if
Right.
because Mexico, I mean, they're a huge economic powerhouse.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, man. They're that's huge news for crypto. And honestly, I'm just happy to see it, bro. Like when crypto
Yeah.
does well, like I'm number one, I've invested in crypto too. And it's like I just think crypto is one of the most profitable dip buys you could ever do. Like even when Bitcoin dipped down to 35K, you and me both, Joel, were like, yeah, we're probably gonna bounce back. You know?
Mhm.
And so it's just kind of one of those things where crypto is another one of those niche markets. Not crypto's not niche. Let me rewind a little bit. Crypto's not really niche anymore. But there's just huge gains to be made if you can be patient. The real reality of it is, like, for me, when I started having success at investing and trading, it was when I stopped watching it. You got to stop watching it. You got to, if you're going to invest in something long term, you got to put it somewhere. For me personally, I have to put it somewhere less liquid. Like if I stick it in my TD Ameritrade account, oh, I'm about to sell. I don't know how many times the stream has heard me say, yeah, I'm planning on holding this for 2 weeks. And then the stock runs up. Yeah, then the stock runs up 20% that day, and I'm like, okay, I'm out. But I mean, justifiably out. Like 20% is 20%. I'm going to take that wherever I get it. But
Yeah.
and I think some of the dip buys I'm getting involved with are just so extended that when they rebound in my direction, they rebound big. And so I make 20% fast. But it's like, for me personally, if I'm really going to invest, I got to make it less liquid. I got to put it somewhere that it's harder for me to touch. Because if I can look at it and see it on my Thinkorswim account, and I've got 30K here, um, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it. And I think that mentality is good and bad. I think it's good for day trading because it's just risk management. Like I don't like holding on to things long. I'm not a bag holder by any means, and I think that's one pro that I have in my trading personality. But it's harder to make long-term, more broader gains from that type of mentality. So pro and con.
Yeah. I think that when I think about less liquid, I look at crypto as being something that is less liquid.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Makes sense.
it takes effort to turn it into cash,
Right.
to turn it back into fiat. Uh, but I don't know. That,
Yeah.
some of the other things that I also see, that's obviously a lot less liquid is things like real estate
Oh,
and
for sure. Well,
uh,
real estate's dope, but it's like it's a lot more work getting it. Real estate's a lot more work getting it, and there's an infinite amount of screw ups that could potentially happen in real estate. Your foundation can be blown. You can do. There's just a lot of bad stuff that could happen. You could have terrible tenants that just destroy your home.
mhm.
And so it depends on the strategy. Flipping can be profitable if you're in the right place. I'm in Houston. The flip market, and some people might argue with me here, is not that great in Houston. Like buying and selling houses right now, it probably is because real estate's freaking nuts right now. But like,
Yeah, it's insanity.
yeah. But generally speaking, the flipping market is not that hot in Houston. It's better for like it's better in other places like California. Um, just other places.
Yeah, I totally understand that, man.
Yeah, and then the other option, like I know, like Spencer Cornelia, put out those videos about house hacking, where it's like you buy like a 4 or 5 bedroom house, you live in one of the rooms, and you rent out the other 4. So that you're paying your rent plus making cash flow every month. I just
Yeah.
don't know if I could live with 5 other people, bro. I already got 4 kids, or I already
Well,
got 2
I
kids.
mean, I think something like that's kind of personally for me. I would view that as impossible having a
Yeah,
family.
right,
That to me seems like a single person's game, or possibly a couple that has no kids.
right,
But I
exactly.
think like when you start having kids
Yeah,
and
dude.
adding kids in the mix, like dude, like I remember my kid when he was like 6, 7 years old or something like that. He just
Yeah.
get out of the shower and like run through the house naked.
Yeah, that's my son right now, dude. Honestly, it's hard. It's hard to get my son to get dressed. It's like a fight, and then
Yeah.
and it's also like they keep you up all night. Like my son was up all night. I won't say what for, but like my son had some issues last night and was just up all night, just crying and crying. And so
And
it's
like
one of
if
those
you're a
things
parent,
where
you've been there.
yeah, 100%, man. I get it. Yeah, I'm not mad at him for it. It's part of life. Everybody has it happen. But am I about to throw my kids into a house with 4 other people? Absolutely not. Yeah, maybe
No
if I
way,
was
dude.
single. But I don't know if house hacking would be for me. I would more be like a buy and hold. Buy a cheap property, fix it up, rent it out. Let it
Yeah.
sit. Have somebody basically pay your mortgage for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's true, but then still, like it's gonna take 30 years to pay off that freaking mortgage. So it's like, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of people that really want to save for retirement, and I get it. Like I get saving for retirement's good, but I hope people understand. Like when you bet everything on like, yeah, when I'm 60 or 70, I'm gonna be living good. It's like, dude, I want to live good now, man. Like, look,
Right?
it's
Yeah,
not that.
for sure.
Yeah, it's not like I want. Like, it's not that I don't want to save for retirement. It's that I want to be comfortable now, and in order to be comfortable now, I have to use the money I make to leverage into other things. Right, just putting my money away as a safe haven for when I retire when I'm 70. No offense to anybody that might be that old, but like that's not the prime of life for me. Like I want to enjoy my life leading up to that point, not just when I'm over 60, over 70 or
Mhm.
whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah. No,
it's
I
a
absolutely feel you on that.
yeah. And I think Grant Cardone talks about that really well because he tells people like if you're making money, like not spend it, like not just kind of spend it on like nonsense, but if you have money, you can save it and that's fine, but like the banks are not going to pay you that much to let it sit. You can invest it, but just when you're young, you're supposed to invest your money and you're supposed to be aggressive with your money. When you get older, you should, like I would say over 55s, that's when you really want to have something saved. But before that, you got to be aggressive with your money, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in chat. INDO ripping up. So INDO is starting to pop up. I might buy the dip here. What do you guys think? What do you think, Joel?
I've traded INDO a couple of times this week, actually. So
Yeah.
this one's been it's been fairly predictable in terms of the way that it moves, and so that's what I've really liked about trading this one this week.
Yeah, and it's volatile for sure right now. I don't know. I had a 1 minute chart up. I liked it better when the 1 minute chart was up, and now I think it rebounded before I could do anything. So I'll wait. Kind of cup and handle pattern is what's making me interested in it. You can kind of see the cup and then the handle here, but it's already kind of done it. So we'll see.
Yeah, take a look at it over the last couple of days, and just I don't know. I would take a look at its movement over the last few days and just see how it's been trading.
Right.
Typically, I've seen this one fall at the open,
Right.
and then kind of fade off all day and then rip back up in the after hours or in the pre-market.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, and I've seen that happen a couple of times with this one. So I'll
Yeah.
just take a look at it and see if it fits your strategy first. But
Yeah, this one honestly, yeah, man, this one's had a crazy run up too. Back since in January, this thing was $2.60. And so
yeah,
I'm just surprised it held its gains. I remember it got run up. I know like Warrior Trading was trading it, and a lot of other traders were. And I think this is an oil stock, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was a SPAC, but I remember this one ran up when the market was struggling, if I remember correctly. But correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
it's called Indonesia Energy.
So it's an energy play. Okay, so it's an energy play from everything that was going on. Okay, that makes sense. And it held though, so just y'all be careful. This thing is up huge percentages. Like I said, it was at 260s in about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, and so it's at 13s now. Just crazy percentage gains. Y'all be careful. What else we got? We also have SoFi here, and I might trade SoFi. I've had some decent success trading, not small caps, because this isn't a small cap company. I think SoFi's got a pretty big cap on it. Let me look, but it's not a small cap, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cap of SoFi is 9 billion. So yeah, it's a medium cap stock. Really, it's not huge. It's not tiny. But it's a larger cap. But I've had some success trading cheaper, larger cap stocks like SoFi on a short-term basis.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they're cheap, so you can afford them. Like if you have a small account, you can afford to trade these. And this isn't me because I could, I got 30K. But if you have a small account, you can afford to trade these. But I think they're a little bit more reliable in terms of like specifically volume than a general penny stock. Because a penny stock really really manic depressive, I call it, where it goes up really big and then it goes down really big, and it's just kind of doesn't really hold well. And sometimes the larger caps can just be a little bit better in terms of movement in that way.
Yeah. One thing I do like about things like SoFi or like FCEL or any of the other ones that have these sort of like 500, 600 million share floats is they're, I kind of see them as like steady grinders. Like they
Right.
kind of like steadily move up throughout the day, and they hold a trend really
Right.
well. And I think that trading with the trend is, I think that's all
That's
you
the
should
right
ever
way.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever trade against the trend.
Yeah. Honestly, I never have been able to. I've had a lot of people that are like that will short at the top. Like they'll short it at the top, and but I can never. They always say don't catch a falling knife, or maybe it's
Yeah.
the opposite. But yeah, that's the opposite of catching a falling knife. But I've just never been able to do that. Like it just makes. I think if you really zoom out of trading short term, like you said, everything is trading the trend. Like you're always trading the trend.
Mhm.
Unless you're shorting it at highs and covering at lows. Um, Aside from that, if you're trading the VWAP, you're trading the trend for sure. If you're trading the moving averages, you're generally trading the trend to a certain extent. And I just think if you can get good at that, that's the real skill of day trading. It's just attacking and identifying a trend, really.
I think one thing that I've seen like about you and your trading that I've observed personally is that I've seen you have the ability to kind of like go long and go short very quickly, sort
Oh,
of
for
like
sure.
make that switch. Like I spent like a whole like day going short on paper trading, and
Mm,
I did really well. I made like 8K in paper trading
nice.
doing it, but I felt like I had to like turn my brain upside down because it's like the same moves, but they're just
Right.
in reverse.
But some of them are more reliable in the short side. Like the common saying is like when you go long, you take the stairs. When you go short, you take the elevator. And
Yeah.
it's really true because when stocks break down, they break down heavy. And like just to put my
Hmm.
strategy into perspective for everybody at home, what I do a lot of the times is I look for big drastic moves in the market. I call it piggybacking, is what I call it. I call it piggybacking off of bigger moves. And this is something I talked about when I was on Benzinga a week or so ago. Talking to Mitch is that I piggyback off of larger moves, and so I'll look for like a big move under the VWAP, like a big weak rejection under the VWAP, and then I'll short into like a little tiny bounce after that. Or on the long side, you'll look for a big run up over the volume weighted average price or a big move up. That's just really obvious. Like the more obvious the move is, the better, because you want other traders to see it too, and you're kind of piggybacking off of that move. And so it needs to be big and obvious. And so you see a big rip up with big volume, and then you see a small pullback, and then I'll buy into that small pullback and kind of piggyback off of the larger move, if that makes sense. And it works really well. It works really well.
So SoFi is just kind of hanging out at that $13 resistance level.
Wait, what?
I said SoFi is just kind of hanging out at that $13 resistance level.
Yeah. Yes, it's super interesting. Sorry, good. Let me check back up. I gotta find StreamYard. This is where my phone really comes into handy, though, because I've got this crazy phone. There we go.
I've seen a lot of movement. What are y'all watching? I want to know
Yeah.
what you guys are watching today.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I can't even see the chat right now. Now I can. Cool.
So
AMC?
you using StreamYard from your phone? Are you also on your laptop?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trading on my laptop right now. So I'm trading on my laptop, but I'm using StreamYard to manage the phone, or to manage the stream for my phone. So it's actually pretty handy. It's kind of like a remote for the stream. You just gotta. The only problem is that whenever you turn away, like if I go to something else on my phone, it kicks me out. I have to log back into StreamYard on my phone. So it's kind of a pain, but it still
Weird.
gets the job done. Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. I will see the donation. Thank you, Francisco. I appreciate you, brother. He said, "Good morning. You should try the 1348 crossing for options. It works perfect and good gains." Okay, I'll check it out, Francisco. I appreciate the $5, brother. Thank you, man.
Hey, Francis, just real quick, that 1348 are those EMAs or SMAs? Just curious. I love crossover strategies.
Yeah, man.
I
Crossovers
use
can
them
be.
for crypto. I use them for a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to buy the dip. Oh, terrible fill. Oh well. Just tried to buy the dip in IND, but I think it was a bad fill. Tried to get filled at 13, and the candle just ripped up right before it, so just a little bit late, but not big enough to really be super worrisome. Just a big range, and so hopefully the trend continues on INDO. We also have Moho popping up. It's at 42.5 cents, 43 cents. So it's trying to. But yeah, I'll have to check this out.
A Moho, it looks to be a 10 million share float.
Interesting. So it's small.
Yeah, so this one's just like ATXI in terms of float. ATXI at 8 million share. It was pretty much just cheap in the pre and ripped up huge, and obviously gave back all those gains. But these could be like guru pumps, and I think that's probably what ATXI was.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I saw that move. That's what it seemed like, and that's what traders really got to understand about YouTube in general, man. Is that when you're okay, when you see a streamer or somebody specifically targeting one penny stock all day, and he's telling everybody he's in, he's telling everybody he's buying it. What do you think he's doing there? People don't understand how easy it is to manipulate low float stocks. It truly is very easy. So people need to understand, like, it's not hard to do. And even with a channel as small as mine, and my channel's not small. I mean, we average, 5 to 10,000 views a day on beginner trading. So, like, we're not small per se. But, like, when a stock has a low float, that's manipulatable, and y'all just got to be careful because a lot of chat rooms, a lot of pumps. What happens, the biggest way I've seen it done lately, too, is that you'll see bots try to get you to join their Discord. And so you'll send bots like the best stock market Discord, and like they just kind of go and spam in other people's Discords. So you never join those Discords, guys. And let me tell you why. Is because number one, those people are paying to spam you, which is not cool. Number two is that a lot of the time they're bringing you to a Discord that their sole purpose of that Discord is meant to pump up low flow penny stocks. And so it's like they get you to join, and then they tell you, oh, this stock's running, and mass psychology, like mass group thinking, is very powerful, man. Very powerful. They've done studies that have shown that, like, just kind of tricking people where they have a room of 10 people and they show people like a squiggly line and they ask the crowd, is this line straight? And everybody except the one guy that's not in on it raises their hands. And so the guy that, even though he sees the line and he knows the line isn't straight, the line's a squiggly line, he still raises his hand saying the line is straight just so he can fit in with the other people. So, like, group thinking and mass psychology is a very powerful thing, and that's what people really got to understand. And so if everybody's telling you that this penny stock is great, if everybody's telling you that they're investing all this money into this penny stock, it's really easy to be like, well, hey, everybody else is doing it, it must be a good idea. It's not. Like, don't do it. But it's interesting. It's a psychology thing. It's interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's also interesting too, like with stocks like Moho with like a 10 million share float or whatever. I mean, 4.2 million dollars is enough to buy this whole thing out.
Right. Exactly.
So, so it doesn't take much. It doesn't take a lot of people getting together and buying this stock all at once to make the thing run up crazy.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that, like gurus and the bot discords and stuff like that can easily manipulate stuff like this.
100%.
And then whoever's in that, whoever's at the top just drops all their shares all at once.
Right.
And you get that big
they
dump
just get
down.
beat up.
Yep.
And honestly, like you said, I think a lot of traders think you need more money than you really do, or you need a larger following than you really need to pump up stocks. Like you don't,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be big. You get 1,000+ people watching you, you could pump up whatever, not whatever. You can pump up low floats, but just be careful. I've said it once, I'll say it again, and this might not be the right thinking, because again, I think there's so much group thinking telling people to invest into penny stocks, but like most penny stocks will fail, and if you invest in them, you're probably going to lose. Now you might win. I'm not saying you can't win and that you can't make money investing in penny stocks. I'm just saying the odds are kind of stacked against you. There's a reason they're penny stocks. There's a reason the big time hedge funds are not targeting them. There's a reason the big time hedge funds aren't trading them or investing in them. There's a reason that penny stocks are mostly bought and invested in specifically. Day trading's fine. Day trade whatever you want. That's a different edge type of thing. But investing in penny stocks, there's a reason that it's mostly retail traders, is because retail traders don't understand. They're more gullible in terms of like being influenced by larger traders to do something that might not be in their best interest.
And just to go back to a point that we were talking about earlier, when we were talking about until we changed the subject, but when we were talking about investing long term, so maybe a year and a half ago or something like that, I bought Exxon stock, and I've just been reinvesting the dividends from it. And I bought around $40 a share. This thing's sitting up, above 80. So that's an example of that sort of that long term, the type of percentage gains you can make. I mean, I've doubled my money in it, and got dividends along the way. So
win-win, bro. And that's what got me into crypto, is that I just kind of experimented with crypto. I think I bought up Cardano and Dogecoin when it was hot, and I ended up making hundreds of percent really, really fast. And I was just kind of like, oh wow, like you can make money in crypto, and that's what really got me over. We gotta drop a new video for the BT Crypto channel.
We absolutely do. I've been putting some news down in there in our Discord for that, and one of the things that I'm really, really looking forward to is Cardano right now, because Cardano fell down to like 76, 77 cents, which is a pretty dramatic fall. Yeah. But when it did, I was like, ooh, this thing's gonna rip back up, and so I started buying up Cardano on that dip, and that was 3 or 4 days ago that I started buying that dip up, and it's already up 20 cents.
Wow. Yeah.
From what it was. And I think we're at the very beginning of that rip. So I think that it's still going to continue to rip over the next few weeks, or even possibly the next few months.
Right. Yeah, I think the Cardano hype was super strong like a year ago, and it's kind of died down some, but when it's like this, like I said, I think it's just really cheap.
Well, Cardano's making Cardano's making some really big moves right now in DeFi. So they're not just some pump stock or pump coin, I should say. And even though it was pumped up last year, the demand is starting to kick in for Cardano, because they're actually making their tech be applicable and actually able to be used in real time. So I think with them making more and more things like use cases for Cardano, I think that it's just going to continue to stack over time. So Cardano, Solana, Tezos, and obviously Bitcoin, stuff like that. Like, I think these are going to be things that continue to grow for a really long time. And Bitcoin, Bitcoin is one of these things, like, it's really fairly easy to accumulate Bitcoin, even without putting money in it. So for example, like there's a lot of different credit cards you can get that give Bitcoin as cash back. So like if you got 1% cash back from, I don't know, your credit card at whatever bank you have,
I get it. I get one for Capital One.
And so just imagine if you're getting that 1% cash back in Bitcoin. If you use $10,000 over the course of a year, you're getting $100 back in Bitcoin. And so it's and for the record, a lot of the Bitcoin cashback things are significantly higher than 1%. But
for sure, man. Yeah, there's some big percentages that they give you out there for crypto, and that's where a lot of this big money is in stuff like that and arbitrage in crypto. The other thing we could do for the crypto channel, Joel, and maybe we'll talk about it off stream a little bit, but shorts, man. I did a short yesterday, and if y'all haven't seen it, guys, go check it out. But I dropped a short video, quick 30-second video I made very quickly. And, I think the world is trending towards that type of content, to be honest, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think people's attention spans are just getting worse and worse,
Yeah, I think that I honestly think that from a social networking standpoint, that's kind of engineered that way.
Right.
Nothing nefarious, but just
Right.
it just makes more sense. Like they'll keep you on a platform longer if you're watching 15-second videos.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And they keep showing you different ones. That many context changes is addicting to humans. Like, it's very addicting to humans. So, like, seeing that many context changes, because like you got to think about it in terms of like dopamine release in your brain, right? Like dopamine release in your brain, like when you have context changes, it releases dopamine. And so whenever you're getting that many that fast, there's just a lot of dopamine. But then at the same time as when you're done using it, it dumps. And that's why you kind of keep going back to it. That's why you keep going to your phone and watching these reels, is because it influences your attention span with dopamine. So
exactly.
You got to be careful with it too, though, on that end. But,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people were asking me what my Twitter handle was yesterday. I'm like, I don't use Twitter.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I have Twitter. Mine is @beginner trades. If anybody wants to know, we're trying to grow mine now. I also posted a TikTok the other day.
TikTok is something that I definitely need to be posting. I'm not there yet. MULN's starting to push up a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
I like that they expanded TikTok to be able to have 3-minute videos instead of their like 1-minute videos.
Oh, did they really? That's dope.
Yeah,
I think that's necessary.
I agree, because I don't know. 1 minute was just like, if you have something more to say besides just a little dance or something like that,
right.
Sometimes it takes more than a minute. So the fact that they put it up at 3 minutes, I think makes it more digestible.
My daughter and I
fit something there.
Oh no, 100%. Sorry if I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
But no, my daughter and I had this argument, and the argument was, she said if she gets caught using YouTube at her school, her friends will make fun of her. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why? And she was like, everybody uses TikTok. And I'm like, but TikTok's freaking 30 seconds. What are you going to learn in 30 seconds? Like, it's just going to be a bunch of dumb dances. Like, what are you going to watch if it's substance? Like, if you want some substance, are you going to watch TikTok? No, you're going to watch YouTube. YouTube is, if you want truly like educational, YouTube is really the future of media. TikTok's cool, but it's too limited, I think.
I'm gonna slightly.
You can disagree. Yeah, all good.
I'm gonna slightly disagree. I partially agree. Okay. The part that I disagree on it is that so first off, I do think YouTube is the future of media, or rather, I should say, user-derived content that can be, long form like this, and like tutorials, and like just vlogs and that type of content. I don't know if you follow any like creators that create like vlog, and I follow like photography content, but TikTok, I believe, has long-term validity in two ways. Number one, there is some stuff that you can learn in a 1 to 3 minute video. There is some value, like like little like home hacks, or stuff like that. The other thing that I think TikTok, and the way I really look at TikTok, is that it's a traffic driver, just like
100%.
Any other social media network has been. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it funnels people into whatever your final destination is for your audience. So whether that final destination is YouTube, or a website, or a different social media platform, I think that or a product that you offer, whatever the case may be, I think TikTok is good as a audience builder and a traffic generation methodology. Yeah. I don't know that it necessarily could have a ton of value-based content after that, especially because a lot of the stuff that I've seen on TikTok is I've seen a lot of incredibly, I hate to use this term, fake news. Like, I've seen a lot of like really fake news on there.
Because they're just sensationalizing everything. They're just trying to get clicks.
Yeah, exactly. And when I say fake, I mean like I've seen like literally like just flat out lies being posted on there and as truth. And I've also seen that in regards to trading as well.
There's just so much nonsense on there with trading.
Yeah,
You
there
know?
absolutely is. Like I
Yeah.
saw this one of this dude. He was like sitting on an Audi R8 in the middle of the woods, and he had his
Right.
clothes matching his Audi R8, and he's like, now I trade
Financial
each and every
freedom.
day. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
my financial freedom. I'm making $2,000 to $3,000 every single day.
It's
But
like,
then
dude.
like it shows him like walking into this like just blank office with like no art,
Nothing in
no design, nothing at all. I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody lives here.
It's his dad's
Somebody's
office.
just yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like somebody just set up a computer.
Right. It's his
Um,
broom closet,
yeah, right. And the dude's wearing a full on suit. Like
Yeah.
I don't know,
I don't
but like
trust anybody with a suit.
I'm not trying to rock a full on suit when I'm
Yeah.
day trading,
Yeah, dude, what's the
especially if I'm
point?
day trading for myself.
Right, for sure. Like, what's the point of working from home if I got to put on a freaking suit every day, bro? I'm in a hoodie. Every morning I'm in a hoodie with my hoodie up, just kind of sitting here like, don't look at me. Like, these are the perks of this job. Is I can do whatever I want. I can wear whatever I want. You think I'm about to wear a suit? Absolutely
Right?
not. The only people trying to wear suits are people trying to sell you stuff, guys. Less than
Yeah.
like not I mean on YouTube. On YouTube, the only people wearing suits are people trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah, like a suit makes sense. Like if you go to a job,
Right. You
you
got a
know,
job interview, wear a suit. But on
yeah,
YouTube, get out of here. It's just full of so much. And I think it's young people that get caught up in it. I think young people are really easily fooled by the delusions of, or by just dreams of grandeur. And the reality of it is, anybody showing you that stuff on TikTok, like anybody showing you luxury and trying to claim that they make a specific amount. I've seen so many people pop up in the last year. A lot of the time, no offense, but a lot of the time it's pretty girls. It's pretty girls that are like trying to flex on people with like rented Lamborghinis and rented cars. And it's also men as well. It's not just women.
yeah. I've seen it from both sides, and I've
Yeah.
seen it from people who I've seen it from
No, it's
people
not
who
me,
you guys
buddy. Please
probably know and have probably seen their YouTube and their content. And the reason why I say I've seen it from them is because I've met them personally and gotten to know them personally
Hmm.
from people who you may know. And I'm not going to ever say a name,
Okay,
but
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying that that's something that's be aware of. Question everything. Like if they're not telling you to
Be
question things,
skeptical.
then be skeptical.
Yeah.
And make decisions for yourself. I mean, that's
Right.
really what a lot of it is.
It really is,
Um,
man.
and I would say if anybody's telling you something, research it, or try it out for yourself,
Right.
and see if it's real.
Right.
But don't just take it at face value.
Exactly. Yeah. Like in the end, you're gonna have a lot of people that see this, and I've said this before. It's a lot of young people. It's both men and women. I think women are just now seeing that they can get views by dressing pretty, kind of like Twitch. You know what I mean? In the day trading niche as well. And you got a bunch of thirsty dudes that are gonna throw money at them, which is fine. Listen, make your money. I'm not mad at you as long as you're not ripping people off. But I think that I think over the last year you've just had a lot of people that want to create a trading community, kind of like I have, but the way they advertise it is sleazy and it's lying to you. And I think young people relate to it more. So young people that may be a little bit more naive, don't really understand what's going on. They just see somebody that looks rich, that they think owns a Lamborghini, when most of the time they're just renting the Lamborghini. Like you can rent a Lamborghini for like a few $100 for like a day or for an hour or two. You want to rent a Lamborghini, you can pay like $400 to get it for an hour. That's what they're doing. And so they're renting Lamborghinis, and I think a lot of young people see that and they want to be like them. They don't really understand that like their life isn't really like that, and they're purely just trying to sell you on something. But it's like young people want to believe what they want to believe, confirmation bias, and people just get stuck in it. They just get wrapped up in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me catch back up on the chat here.
Yeah, I've been kind of watching the chat. Who's the Lisp guy? Lisp guy? I don't think we
Does anybody have a lisp? I don't have a lisp.
I don't got no lisp.
Do I? You don't have a lisp either. Yeah, I don't think anybody has a lisp.
Zip Trader pulls up. Yeah, Zip Trader's cool. He
Oh,
does
that's
pull
who.
off suit.
Oh, that's who he's talking about. I like Zip. I'm not. He probably doesn't even know who I am, but Zip seems cool.
Yeah, Zip's cool. He's got good content.
Yeah, but he wears a suit ironically though, and that's what you guys got to understand. Like kind of ironically, like his whole gimmick is like, hey, I'm a big brat. and it works, and more power to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people that aren't doing it ironically. Like, I'm talking about the people that are really trying to claim to be some. I'm talking about like the 18, 20-year-old, 22-year-old with braces out here trying to claim to be some expert stock trader. It's like, bro, get the F out of here, dude.
Yeah. Charlie's cool over his Zip. I mean, but you gotta listen to, like, like, if you've ever watched Zip's content. I mean, like, the dude is not afraid to be like, yo, this stock has a huge potential to crash, and even though it's up right now, I'm staying away from it. Whatever. Like, the dude's like, he's willing to, like, say unpopular opinions, and I
Right.
think that's really important.
Yeah.
Is GHSI squeezing?
Let me see. Here's MULN. MULN's looking better. INDO's holding. GHSI, you said?
That's what the chat was saying. I don't see this moving. Not much anyway.
It's been down. It gapped up some on news, but it's down now, I think. What else? We got TM, TRMR. I'll do the 1630. You all right, bro? You all right, dude? All right, cool. There's BORR.
Yeah, we're following MULN. It's made some moves and it came back a little bit. It's kind of sitting at this like 115 level. And it's pumping up to that like 120 and then back down to 115. So I think MULN has some time. It ended up just kind of failing all day yesterday.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's we got to just be careful with some of these stocks. What is everybody having for breakfast? Mickey Mouse pancakes, eggs, bacon. IMPP up 25% this morning. The real key is volume. And the volume's okay this morning for IMPP. Big drop yesterday. And we'll see what happens. Anything else you guys want me to go over? Let me know. I know Workhorse had earnings, and it's been a little bit volatile, so WKHS might be interesting to watch today. We got SoFi on the top. The SPY's kind of dipping down here. So here's the SPY. It's at 430s, 431s. So we'll see what happens with that.
How are things going with Top Step?
Top Step's going great. I haven't been trading on it as much. I've been just mostly trading my regular account. Like I said, I don't have to trade Top Step that much because it's like, okay, I think Top Step is suited towards somebody that doesn't have the account size that I have. Because, like, really, if you think about it, I can trade the E-mini, but I can just buy and sell the SPY directly or buy and sell the QQ directly. And I can day trade, and I have enough leverage to where I don't really need to pass Top Step, But I think what Top Step does is they fund, to put it into perspective for those at home, what Top Step does is Top Step funds traders in futures. And trading the E-mini is exactly like trading the SPY. It's the same thing, basically. That's why I say, but if I can buy the SPY directly, I'd rather do that, I think. But the futures market has no PDT rule, so it's like you can buy and sell basically the SPY. It's called the E-mini with no PDT rule, and you can trade the same scalping strategies that I use without needing 30K. You don't need a pass PDT rule account because there's no PDT rule in futures. And you can find the link in the description. Top Step funds traders regulated in the US. A lot of cool stuff about Top Step. You can find the link in the description. Check it out. But yeah, with that said, I don't really need to pass Top Step. And so I find myself, it's hard to motivate myself to trade it every day, especially when I'm busy on vacation like this. When I can just buy and sell the SPY directly, and sure. With the SPY's dipping too. The SPY's down to 430s. So let's see what happens. Previous closing price right now is at 430, basically at 429.98, almost exactly 430. So that's an interesting spot to watch. And another one I've been trading lately is the QQQ. And the QQQ has been really, really powerful to trade. Moves a little bit better than the SPY, a little bit different, but basically the same thing. All right, we got IRT. MAXR at 33s. What's up, Miguel? Good morning, bro. Good to see you, dude. I really like trading TQQQ instead of futures. Yeah. I mean, again, futures is meant for somebody that's trying to get around the PDT rule. You know, futures is where it's at because you don't have the PDT rule in futures, and aside from that, it's very similar to trading the regular market. It's the most similar thing to the regular market without being it, in terms of like equities. Nordstrom had good earnings too. Nordstrom at 25. I don't know much about this company, and I generally like to trade companies I know. I know my wife shops here occasionally.
So Nordstrom's is a Seattle-based company.
Hmm.
They're kind of like a
Makeup slash.
Costco.
Yeah.
What's that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Nordstrom has sort of like that same approach to sales that Costco does. Like essentially, you can return anything.
Really?
Yeah. So and because they do that, I think that like that's actually a sales strategy. And
Right.
I know personally because like
Amazon.
when I'm yeah,
Sorry.
and like you're just more willing to make that purchase if it feels like it's no risk.
Right. You feel more
And I do
secure.
that all the time at Costco. I'm like, if we don't like it, we can return it, and then I
Right.
just end up keeping it.
Right,
Um,
exactly. And that you convince yourself into buying it too. It's the same thing with Amazon. Like the benefit of Amazon, and this is from somebody that sold on Amazon for a long time. Amazon is so pro buyer that people scam off of Amazon. Like people will buy stuff and then claim they received an empty box. And it's like they're just scamming people, like scumbags. They're honestly scumbags, like just the worst people in the world. But they buy something, like say they buy an iPhone, and then when they get it, they say, "Hey, I received an empty box," and like Amazon will take the freaking seller's money, give it back to the buyer, and the seller will just lose it. He'll just lose all the money. And Amazon's sitting there. They're so pro buyer that it hurts the sellers a little bit to a certain extent, but it makes people feel secure shopping there because they know no matter what, you can get a refund if you need to.
yeah, and I think that it does drive sales.
Right, 100%.
Amazon's a little bit different than something like a Costco or a Nordstrom's though, because if if you return something to Costco, it's Costco that's just simply taking the hit, and also you got to give the product back.
Right,
At an Amazon type situation, you can a lot of times keep the product and get your money back.
right,
And
exactly.
it is definitely a lot more sketchy in that regard.
Yeah.
But that type of return policy does drive sales.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, Nordstrom's is like Macy's. Um, Not Costco. It is more of like a Macy's style department store. I say Costco in terms of the way that they treat their customers. Like I've been to Macy's plenty of times, and my wife actually used to work at Macy's way back when we were kids,
Cool,
and
man.
and they basically. How can I put it lately? They were not nice to their customers or their employees.
Macy's? Man,
Yeah, no, oh my god, they were awful.
they're probably
Uh,
struggling, man. Macy's retail is going out the door, so it's like people don't shop at Macy's that much anymore.
Yeah. And so Nordstrom's is a lot different in terms of like as opposed to Macy's in the sense that like Nordstrom's is selling extremely high end luxury stuff,
Right.
and like high end luxury brands, and they're selling it at those prices, and they never really drop them.
Hmm.
Um, so
Yeah.
I have bought shoes at Nordstrom's.
Yeah, me
It
too.
was like one of the best places I'd ever bought shoes. But
Yeah. My wife gets shoes there too, and I've gotten some stuff there. I can't remember. Like I used to know somebody that worked there, and so we would kind of go to the mall and check out Nordstrom, and they've got some cool stuff.
yeah,
Good shoes. But I've never shopped there like that really.
yeah, it's an incredibly expensive place, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's not really
Yeah.
something that I would do, like especially because I'm just not that into clothes. I just need something that's functional,
Yeah, me too.
that
Um,
is decent,
Carol keeps telling me I need to upgrade my wardrobe. Yeah, all right.
dude.
Yeah, I try. Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta get some breakfast, huh?
I'm looking cold.
Some clothes. There's your bag right there, bro. Grab some. There you go. Do you, Jack? Pick it out. I tried to let Jack pick out his clothes yesterday. It never works. I've got those Mickey Mouse shoes I gotta return. Alright. So today's the day.
Mama,
Today's the day for what?
So we're heading out today. We're leaving.
Oh,
We're going. I'm honestly ready to get home, dude. Disney World is just. Ugh. So
how
much
was
work.
it though?
It was great, man. It was fun. Got to ride basically everything.
Yeah,
But ready to go, man. Just wears you out.
Hey, people are asking about your hoodies and merch now.
Oh, you want some hoodies? Oh. Hey, John, you talked about selling stuff on Amazon one time. What's the price scanner device you had? It's called a KDC 200. KDC 200. John is the golden ticket. Not really, bro. I'm kind of like my dad, where it's like, even if I have money, it's very difficult for me to spend it on nonsense, you know? And so, like, and my dad probably ingrained this in me, where it's like, I don't like spending money, and I get anxiety when I do, you know? Even if I have it, even if I have plenty of money, I get a little bit of anxiety every time I spend it. So it's like,
Nah, I'm in the same boat. I'm actually the same way.
Yeah. I don't like it. Even at the grocery store, like we get like a full buggy. I'm like, Carol, that's too much. Like we gotta put some of this stuff back. And she's like, no, you know.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, the buggy thing, man, I totally forgot about that. The phrase buggy.
Oh
So,
yeah, the buggy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I lived
South.
in Texas. Yeah. But I lived in Texas for a while, man. Everyone was like, "We go grab a buggy." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, man.
What?
Right.
Like,
yeah, what's a buggy?
Like, yeah, like you mean the thing that goes behind a horse?
Right. Honestly,
Like,
we use a lot of we swap out a lot of words here. Like buggy, we say fixing too. Like we're fixing to go to the store, and I think that's a southern thing.
yeah.
We say bruh. Like in Louisiana has like I'll say bruh. Or like come here, bruh. You know, and I think that's like a Louisiana thing.
So like for fixing, we say batsta.
Yeah, about to. Well, I'll say we're about to go to the store, you know, or whatever. But you'll say he's fixing to do that, you know, or I don't know, some other slang. I don't know. Check the bathroom. But...
I did.
No, it's in there. Might be full, but it's in there. But yeah, we were talking to an Australian guy. One of our Disney guys was Australian, and there's just a lot of similarities between like Australia and Louisiana. I think very, very like slangy, like accents. Like in Louisiana, there's just a lot of slang, you know, that we use. Australia's the same way, like a lot of slang. British is the same way, just a lot of slang. You know.
Yeah, I just think it's like, I mean, that's just humans, and I think it's cool, like just hearing the slang from the different regions. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm trying to think of some Louisiana slang, but I can't think of any. There's a lot of it. Some of it I could say, some of it I can't. But there's some good slang in Australia too. You know,
I never really thought about myself having an accent until I lived in Texas.
I can kind of hear yours, kind of up north accent. You know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I never really thought about it. Like saying things like bag.
Saying what?
Bag, like, you know, like a shopping bag.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can hear
it. I never really thought about that before, but yeah.
Or go ahead.
No, I was like, you know, we say like that, like bag or boutsta, or dip. We say dip. You know, dip.
Yeah, I can hear it for sure. I was kind of the same way. My mom moved to Canada when I was like a teenager, and you know, I was completely oblivious to the fact that I might have had an accent at the time. You know, I went up to Canada and they are like, this dude is from Texas, you know, and I was like, I wasn't from Texas. I was from Louisiana, but they just assumed like Southern accent. I think my accent has kind of gone away since I've been holding these streams down for so long. But yeah, it'll kind of kick in when you're around somebody, you know, you're around somebody from the South, your Southern accent kind of kicks in, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Larry, that's hella funny, man. I call my wife bro too.
Yeah. I call everybody bro. I'll call Jack bro probably more than any way. I'll be like, hey, come here, bro. Come here. Okay. See, he's coming over now. What's up, dude?
Is this Dr. Phil today? I mean, give me a stock that's moving. We'll talk about it.
I mean, we're sitting here, man. People can get mad. Like, we're just a show right now. We're just kind of hanging out.
Tiny, come on, dude. We're both from Washington State. We got accents that we don't even know that we got.
Yeah. Everybody has kind of an accent.
Yeah, it's just like Tiny. Like if you just go somewhere else, it's like that has a completely different feel. Right. You know, I mean, somebody will call you on it.
Right, for sure. Yeah, you just got to go to a different place. That's what, you know, like I said, I'm from Louisiana. I was oblivious to the fact that I had an accent until I went up to Canada, and they were like, nah, dude. They were like, you got an accent. but it's good, The world's a beautiful place. A lot of different types of people here,
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at INDO here. I bought this dip earlier. I ended up selling out of it, and it's just kind of sitting here at 13. We'll see if it moves up. SoFi at 13. JWN is down. We got INDO trying to make moves. A lot of people talked about IMPP. IMPP at 180s. 180s. We have Nordstrom, like I said, GHSI at 37 cents roughly. And yeah, I don't know what else is moving. Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin last time I checked it was at like 43 point something K. Yeah, 43.5K basically. And I'm just glad Bitcoin had its rebound back over 30K. I feel like I get a little bit nervous when Bitcoin is under 30 or under 40s.
I think I don't know, man. I'm not nervous about Bitcoin being under 40K.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think that we had pretty strong support at 35K, and with what's going on with Ukraine and Russia and whatnot, and El Salvador and now
Yeah.
Mexico is talking about Bitcoin. I know that people like the general world global donated $20 million worth of Bitcoin to Ukraine, and that's that's a lot of Bitcoin for people to be buying
Sorry.
up and donating.
I might mute myself. Carol's kind of banging on stuff kind of loud, so I'm gonna mute myself for a second. I know y'all could probably hear me. So Joel, I'll be back, brother. Sorry, man.
All right, yeah, no worries. So I'm just gonna show my screen here real fast. Boom. There we go. Oh, this is a different stock now on. Let's see here. So just not seeing a ton moving today. Oh, come on, Tiny. You grew up on the west side? What brought you over to OMAC? Yeah, Tiny, that's where I'm at. I try not to be so revealing of my location, but yeah, right in that area. But yeah, I actually grew up here. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Las Vegas. Lived in Bellingham. Bellingham was fun. My wife went to college up there, and we just hung out through a lot of snow. Cheap lotto play has news. METX. But yeah, that's where we be. That's where we stay at. Grandview. But yeah, Tiny. I mean, Washingtonians, we definitely got accents. It's just a matter of getting out, going to different places. And a lot of times, every time I go to somewhere else, I end up picking up some other slang that becomes part of my vernacular. Like for example, like where you stay at, that's like something that came from me living in Las Vegas. Everybody I knew in Las Vegas would be like, "Yo, where you stay at?" And it's just kind of, it just became the way that I speak now. Dude, I am thirsty. This tea made me really thirsty. You live in Bellingham for a few months. That's awesome, man. We love Bellingham. My son was actually born in Bellingham. We lived there for a few years while my wife went to college, and I worked up there for a long time. Killed it yesterday on ATXI to the tune of $4,500 in profit. That is awesome. While I was hosting yesterday. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a tight-lipped way of speaking. Yeah, exactly. But it's cool, you know. I mean, like anytime I go visit another location, I kind of take on whatever their speech pattern is, and it just kind of becomes the way that I speak. A lot of times,
All right.
speaking. that way while I'm there. And then I'll just slip into those accents or slip into that type of vernacular on just a regular.
Yeah, that's kind of what you do though. Like whenever I'm around Southern people, especially like Louisiana people, I think it's natural for your accent to come out when you're talking to them.
Yeah,
My daughter's
exactly.
looking at me like, yeah, that's kind of how it goes, and that's really true. Like if if I'm around a bunch of people with like a Louisiana accent or that I know are from like where I'm from, then you kind of kick in the native accent a little bit more. But if I'm doing this live stream, for instance, I try to curb the accent probably as much as I can, and I think over time, I you know, because I grew up in not really the country, but like Walker, Louisiana. I hung out there a lot. My mom's side is from Walker. They live in Walker, so very very country people, very southern people,
Yeah.
very strong accent. If my mom has one, and my mom has kind of a strong accent, but my mom's side has a very strong accent. And so when I go around them, I definitely have a bigger accent than when I'm like running the stream. But I think over time the stream has kind of helped curb the accent a little bit more.
I think that
Yeah.
I've been in like some form of sales or something like that through the majority of my lifetime, and that actually changed a lot of the way that I speak,
Hmm.
like quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because like where I grew up here, this area was kind of like the hood, if you
Yeah.
would like to, be nice about it.
Right. Here, I gotta mute it, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
My wife's. Yeah, we're kind of packing up, so I'll be back.
Word.
I'll try to trade though. I am gonna try to trade today, but I'll be back, guys. Also, let me know if you can hear the music when I keep it like this, guys. Let me know.
No, it dips out.
Oh, it does. So it dips out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Did you ever get Epidemic Sounds, Joel, or did you wait?
No, I was actually gonna sign up for that yesterday, but I was doing my taxes yesterday.
Oh yeah, no worries. All right, guys. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Chat, you'll have to be okay with no music. That's kind of how it goes. But I'll be back.
So I'm seeing MULN is looking to make a little bit of a move, hopefully. Okay, we're back on my screen. Good. So it looks like it came down to about the VWAP, and it's giving this a possible crossover. I do think this one has opportunity, but the opportunity is somewhat limited in terms of its price action, because you can see like here, like this resistance level is like 120, 119. So I mean, we're talking about like a 6 cent move, which could be good, if you have a lot of shares. But yeah, I don't know that that's necessarily what I want to do. But everything that I'm seeing is either really, really, really cheap, or just not moving very much. I really just want to see something that has some momentum going on. John, your brain exploded? What happened, bro? Yeah, Chris. So you feel you sound weird. I can make their language when I don't use Spanish accent. So, Chris, one thing that's like really weird. I was in Cancun for a while, and when I was there, I started speaking Spanish just randomly and didn't even realize it. I just kind of like slipped in and started speaking Spanish, and it was like just slipping in like sort of this like Spanglish type thing going on, and I don't know, it was cool, helped me get through, and being able to just exist within Cancun, that was pretty awesome. And Playa del Carmen. Do I speak Spanish? Not fluently. I I know a lot of Spanish, and I pick it up very quickly. And if I'm around Spanish speakers, I can slip into Spanish. But I don't have just like immediate access to Spanish speaking for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think that if I was to take the time to sit down and learn it over the course of like a month or two, I could probably pick up a ton of it. Just because I grew up, like my best friend growing up was Spanish speaking, and you know, I would hang out in his house a lot, and yeah. So, do I have my own stream? No, I don't stream, but I do have my own YouTube channel, and there is content that is coming out this week, actually, or I should say next week. Sorry. So content coming out there. It's just soulstraight.com/YouTube, which as I post in the chat from this thing, it's showing up as beginner trading. So put it here on YouTube side. So, thoughts on swing trading in a Roth IRA. So swing trading in a Roth IRA is dope because you don't have to pay taxes on that, and I think that's really awesome because whatever's already in there is already in there, provided that and you just end up paying your taxes on it. Basically for whatever you contribute to it. So if you can earn inside of a Roth IRA by trading or something like that, it's a really great way to trade. You have to trade in cash, so you have to wait 2 days for your cash to settle. But you can basically continue to trade it and pay no taxes on it. So you can grow that really well. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an accountant or any of those types of things. So take what I say and do your own due diligence. But from what I've seen, it is a great way to grow your Roth IRA without adding to your tax liabilities. So that's definitely an awesome way to trade. And it's basically like if you're already trading with a cash account, it's a really why not just trade that way anyway? Instead of necessarily trading with a broker account, unless you're planning to switch over to a margin at a later point in time.
Yeah, Roth IRA is the way to do it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be off and on, guys. I'll be back probably a little bit more closer to the bell, where I might trade for a split second. I'll let Joel hold the rest of the stream down. So I'll be back.
All right, then. So MULN, still working on making that move. It's kind of consolidating here on the TTM. We can see that it came down to kind of hit its bottom here, and the momentum is switching over to the buyer side, and it just switched to the buy side right now on this current candle. But there's not enough momentum behind it, and there is volume behind it, but definitely not enough volume and not enough momentum yet. So this one may be something that runs up here in the next like 10 minutes or so, maybe less than that. If not, then this may just be a false indication. IMPP still below the VWAP, and this one's been falling down. It basically sold off all day yesterday, then came back, hit the resistance level that I had already put up here previously, came down, hit the support level, and it's just kind of hanging out in this area. I do think that this one has the capability of going back towards like $1.95, maybe $2, but yeah, I'm just not seeing the conviction on anything these days. What was that one that was seemed like Guru Pump? SoFi, INEO, IQ. This was from yesterday. This one actually held its gains from yesterday, so this one might be one worth watching at the open. ATXI. This thing's probably not going to do nothing today. Who knows? Might, but yeah. Hook, CTSC. AREB. Hey, morning. Always glad to see some people here. Let's see there. What was that one, guys? It was like 46 cents or something like that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I thought I had put it in my watch list, but I don't see it there. Here, let's organize these by price. Yeah, it doesn't look like I put it there. What do y'all see moving? Anything? Anything at all? RMED? Let's check it out. This one had a nice rip yesterday. Fell back down, gave up all its gains, but did rip yesterday. I don't know about it moving today. Seems like kind of light volume. What else we got? Moho. Moho, that's what it was. There. Now it's on the list. I don't love trading these ones that are this cheap, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. ARVL earnings. I want a mojito. See, me too. So ARVL is steady pushing up. It's got really low volume, but it is steady pushing up. You said this one has earnings today? Shares trading higher after the company reported preliminary Q4 results and gave some outlook for 2022. All right, that's cool. They expect a wider Q4 loss, adjusted their EBITDA loss for year 2022. So Moho to me is one of the ones that looks more interesting. So I was looking at this down here, and it's gone up near its pre-market high. Its pre-market high was 59 cents, and we're sitting right around 48. So this one has an extremely low float stock at 10 million or share float. Wow. Extremely low float at 10 million, and this one could be another ATXI. I want to see what this one does at the open, so I think that'll be a pretty decent indication of what this guy might do. I would love to see something, anything with some momentum, some volatility. SoFi is coming back up towards that $13 resistance area. This guy might be a decent runner today. It's got relatively good volume on it, 7.7 million in the pre. Tokyo Pizza, you keep saying GHSI squeezing, but every time I look at GHSI, I don't see nothing with this thing. Like, I just see it falling off. So, yeah, I don't really know that this one's squeezing. It doesn't look like it's doing much of anything right now. So, but we'll see. Who knows? Seeing if PSFE will break highs. PSFE. Let's check it out. PSFE, which I really want. All right, so this one has a pre-market high, which it says of 340, but I'm actually going to put it right here, like 330, because that thing's like a doji way up there. So this thing is really close to breaking its pre-market high. This one could be interesting. Let's check it out. Let's jump to Flip Checker. That's Finviz. I guess that could work too. PSFE. So PSFE has a 500 million share float, 550 or so. So this one might be kind of a slower mover, but if it gets the volume that is required in order to push something like this, this thing may be a decent runner. So I'm going to throw this one on my list for the day. PSFE. Chart looks pretty good on it. And it has a pretty good amount of volume. I'm going to take ATXI off. Well, I don't know. I'll leave it on. Maybe it'll do something. INDO down at 1275. Manny, John will be right back. He said that he's basically getting packed and stuff like that. So he said he'll be back probably pretty soon. He said he's going to try and trade before the open. I'm going to hit this inhaler here real fast. Hey, what's up, Cash Arts Kitchen? Is it Kitchen? Yeah, Cash Arts Chicken. So we've looked at GHSI a couple of times. This one must be getting pumped or something because a lot of people are talking about it, but it's not doing a lot of movement. So we draw some levels. I see like 45 cents here and seeing support here around 35 cents. So this one, I mean, I don't know. Just given the fact that so many people keep bringing it up in the chat, maybe it'll have some movement, but right now I'm not digging the chart on that. So Moho, I still think this one's probably going to break down a little bit to at least like the VWAP. And we're seeing that with the TTM here, which I explained yesterday. The video that's coming out next week is on the TTM. That's so y'all look for that. That's going to be on my YouTube channel. Looking at INTC and CTRM. Let's check them out. INTC. Yeah, this one doesn't look bad. CTRM. CTRM didn't really have a chart that I can even really interpret right now. It's just kind of has very low volume. I don't see that doing much. INTC, though, on the other hand, I mean, this does have some actual momentum or some actual movement going on with it. It's pretty low volume, though, but at least the chart is able to be read. So probably not that one for me. Right now, kind of looking at Moho. Kind of looking at SoFi, which is hitting this 13 resistance over and over and over again. PSFE, which was called out in the chat. Looking at this one, this one's got a big float, so could take a little bit to move it, but nonetheless, this one seems like it could work today. INDO is one that has a little bit of momentum, and it bounced off this 1150 area, hit around 1325 or so, and then it's currently falling back to about 1275, which is fine. Just slightly below the VWAP, not a big deal. This one definitely still has opportunity on it today, I think, provided that it doesn't just sell off at the open. IQ, this one was a runner from yesterday, and we're actually seeing a nice little spike in there right now, from like 525 up to about 550 area. So this one actually looks pretty good too. Robert, if anyone has questions about what, just curious, asking for a friend. I do see a little bit of a sell wall, not much here at the 550 area. So some resistance there. I'm actually going to zoom in. So I didn't realize this was all messed up like that. So that's easier to look at. So yeah, like 550 resistance on IQ, which I think was near its high yesterday. So let me take a look. Oops. I don't want that. Yeah, 577 was its high of yesterday, and this guy held a lot of its gains yesterday. You can see we started at like 420s and ran all the way up to 577 within the day, and we're continuing to run right now. So getting some momentum on IQ. Actually, might take a trade on this. How long we got to the open? 5 minutes to the open. So maybe we'll do like something small, like 10 shares. And see if we can get in at like 550. Raising it up to 554. There we go. We're in IQ. And just going to see if we can test yesterday's highs of like the 575 range. We are seeing this stack up on the TTM, and we do have a lot of volume that came in here. Hopefully this volume continues. That's definitely what we want to see. We're in at 554 on IQ. So reasonable entry. Was kind of wish I would have taken it right here on this pullback here, but you know, always trying to wait and see that confirmation. I wanted to see this break over 550. So we want to see 550 be a support level. I don't know why it does that when I stream. And 575 as a resistance level on IQ. So do I have an Excel trading journal that I would recommend for today, traders?
All right, I'm back.
Yo, you're right in time for the open. So
Yeah.
I popping up a little bit, and SoFi is also like just popping up a little bit.
Yeah, SoFi's at like 13. We'll see if it holds over the VWAP. I think that's a big spot for it.
Yeah, exactly. The other one was PSFE, which has kind of a large float.
Yeah. That one's interesting. OCG. Man, it's been a while since I've seen OCG. I see it running too.
OCG.
And it's not really running, but OCG went crazy. It's an NFT stock, I believe.
Okay. OCG.
Yeah. Ran a while back. I think it's NFT. But I might be wrong. Yeah, I think it ran with the NFT craze with like TKAT a while back. Long time ago.
That super cheap penny stock, Moho is holding pretty steady. Looks like it's pumping pretty well.
Yeah, it's right at the VWAP. That 50-cent level, I think, is interesting too. $0.50 psychological right there.
So I'm in IQ at 554. So right at the top on it right now.
Nice.
Probably gonna look to get out of that at like 570.
Yeah. Look at CYRN, guys. CYRN is running up right now. I don't know what the catalyst is. Let me look it up. But CYRN is running big. I can't look it up right now. I don't have my phone. Here, I'll put my screen up real quick just to show them.
Yeah, that's a nice rip
right here. Yeah, it's a big rip right before the open too. So we'll see if that sets up well, if that's interesting or not. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
That is a 3 million share float.
Okay.
So
3 million shares. So tiny.
yeah.
Could be a pump from gurus, could be a lot of different things. So we'll see. JWN, Nordstrom starting to run up a little bit. We've got GHSI. All right, so CYR I'm pulling back. We'll see if it holds the VWAP. It's right around that $7 level. We got less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. So let me know what your favorite stock is today. We had Workhorse running up. I might watch that one at the open too. It's at 369. So that one's kind of interesting. What is this the last? When's the? Do we have earnings next week as well? Chat, help me out. Let me. Let me know. All right, right back, guys. Right back. Be right back. Turn that down, Jeff.
So CYRN is kind of holding that $6.95, $7 level. IQ ended up pushing up. It's sitting at 559, so that one's looking pretty good. There's the open, guys.
There's the opening bell. All right, so make sure I'm not on mute for the open. There we go. Cool. All right, so we've got CYRN ripping up. It's at 720s right now. 720s. At 729, 730s.
Should taking that $7 point on that one.
Yeah. We'll see if it continues. Watching CYRN at the open, big retracement. And this is the risk of penny stocks, man. Like, this is the big risk. If you look at what just happened with CYRN, huge retracement. This thing ripped up to like 730, 725, and then completely retraced all the way back down to 7. Huge upwick at the open. And this is why, like, traders romanticize the opening bell. But, like, there's so much destruction that happens at the opening bell. It's so random and volatile and spontaneous that, like, people just get hurt at the open usually.
CYRN continuing to run up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's super volatile. I mean, that 3 million share float,
Yeah, just nasty. Yeah, and see, this is what gets big traders. If like, to put it into perspective, if a guru is trading CYRN, and say a guru calls out CYRN here, and I don't know if this is what happens, but this is generally what happens. Say a guru calls out CYRN to his chat room right here, and he makes this big run up happen. He's waiting for the most liquid time of the day to sell shares. Why is he waiting for the opening bell? Why does this happen at the open? It's because it's the most liquid part of the day. And so, like, if a guru bought this and pumped it up to his following, he needs to wait for a really liquid time to unload that many shares. And so a lot of the time they wait till the opening bell and then they just slam it down on all of his followers that bought it. I'm not saying that's what happened here. I'm just saying that's how it generally happens, and that's something you really got to be careful of. We might run back up. So we break highs again. This one could get halted too. So y'all be careful regarding that as well.
My IQ trade had a big flush at the open.
Oh man.
But it's kind of holding around like 525 support, so
nice.
I'm in really small.
Yeah, I haven't traded IQ.
I'm trading like super small right now.
Yeah.
With the way the market's been.
Yeah, I'll probably scale up tomorrow when I get home. I'm just kind of take some trades when I get home. Scale up a little bit, maybe do like a special live stream tomorrow with a higher size. What do you think my metric should be if I'm scaling up in size, guys, for my account? I think maybe like 200 shares minimum would do it. 200 shares minimum on the SPY or Q. Definitely do it. All right, so SPY's starting to come back. Anything else? I'm going to put the regular scanners up on this. MRO, LAC. SPY about to break highs. We'll see if it does. Yeah, Jack, you gotta turn that down, bro. Like you gotta go somewhere. You gotta go somewhere away from me, man. Right now. Yep, over there. Thank you. Um. All right, so SPY. We get a breakdown on the SPY under 430s. I'll take it. You know. SoFi, we're gonna see if we get a red to green move. CYRN just dumped down on a lot of traders. So we'll see if it comes back. It still might. SPY is very sideways and neutral, guys. So just be very careful. Like there's not really much going on in this market. Just be very careful. Be very careful. Very neutral market. SPY is up and down, up and down. It's been 4 minutes since the open, roughly 4 minutes, maybe a little bit less. But just trade small. Be smart. Wait for some volatility to show up before you really want to do anything. I'm assuming SoFi is not ETB, right? It's got to be HTB.
Yeah, it's ETB.
Oh, it is really. So you can.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, SoFi's ETB. I sold out of IQ. It hit my risk level, so.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Very small loss.
What's that noise?
Lost like $3.
Yeah, it's all good. It's been a while since I've traded IQ. I remember IQ. Oh man, and IQ had a crazy run yesterday, man. I don't know how. I missed that. I didn't even see this. Wow. Was it earnings related or?
I don't know why it was running yesterday.
Interesting.
Why was this running yesterday? It was related to crude oil. So that's why it was running yesterday.
Yeah. All right, so SPY's starting to crash.
He said BP to break highs. What's BP doing?
Yeah, BP looks good. Oil play pulling a red to green move. We just bought some BP on the upside. Kind of put a red to green move. We're going to buy a little bit more here. It's a little bit too small, I think. Here we go. Starting to get the red to green push. Still waiting for the SPY to do something. What's the Q doing? Does the Q look better? Q looks noticeably better. We're shorting the SPY. We're going to add into it on a bounce back up. So we're in 50 shares for the SPY. But again, we bounce back up like this. We're going to add into it. 75 shares. Green and BP right now.
So Moho ended up running up to 57 cents. It's down at it's fallen down to 50 now.
Scaling out of the SPY. About the cover. All right, so we just made a little bit of money from the SPY. Still in BP here. All right, we got a little bit of a pop. We're gonna add into this some more, and then now use our house money to try to make a little bit more from this. Keep adding up to the VWAP here, up to like 350, 342.40s. There we go. Another correction drop. I'll take a little bit off of BP. It's just kind of taking a long time. All right, we're in 50 shares of the SPY now. If we get a quick drop, we'll take profit quickly here. There we go. All right, we took a little bit off. Protect the trade, letting the rest ride on the SPY.
Yeah, that's it.
Add into the SPY a little bit more. Bet on house money, but that's not the pop I wanted. We'll get one more add in, and that's a very rare add for me over the VWAP, but not the pop we wanted, unfortunately.
So there's that $1.95 level that I was talking about with IMPP. Literally hit the exact penny on IMPP. So for anyone who was watching that call earlier.
Right. Nice work. All right, so we're in 100 shares of the SPY. Like I said, I'm trying to scale up, so we're in a little bit larger position. I haven't traded over the last like 3 days, so I think I could take some size here.
INDO made a red to green.
Nice. INDO. SoFi is still down.
Yeah, India looks like it might rip here.
Right. All right, so we took some off of the SPY, still writing it down. Took a little bit more off. Right, cover there. Out of that, still NBP, but it's taking a while. But we got the VWAP rejection on the Q, so you love to see it. We'll take a little bit more off of BP now that it's running up. Keep covering, but yeah, this is kind of why I need to scale up, because I'm getting better. I cover there. SPY's volatile today, which is nice, but I got another move up and test of the 342.50 area. INDO looks really interesting here for sure. It's up there to 12s. You just got to be careful with stuff like this, because it can just turn against you so fast.
Yeah, it's a super low float.
Yeah.
It's like 1 million.
Yeah,
so.
Super risky. If I could get a dip buy before it runs, I will. But it's going to be very small, and I think I just missed it. I wanted it at 13. Just missed it.
That was my entry, actually, is 13 on it.
Nice. 13's solid,
So, up a couple cents. We'll see it hit like 13.25. Really, over like 13.35, I think we'll see a nice huge rip on this one.
Right.
Get a pull back to the VWAP on it. It's
Yeah.
down at 12.85.
We can hold at 12.80. I think we're still fine. Right here, 12.75, 12.80. I like this flush on the SPY underneath the VWAP here, so we're going to add a little bit and start to potentially scale into a position there. All right, we're getting the drop. There we go. Called it on the SPY, wrote that down. Under 12.80, under 12.75, we'll get out of the INDO trade.
Yeah.
Oh, we're out. Yeah. And that's what I mean with penny stocks. They're just less reliable. They maintain worse trends, is what it is.
Yeah.
Just more difficult to trade. And it's kind of like it could really run up big potential, but just not consistent or steady is what it is. All right, so SPY's starting to head up. Q, and we're going to wait here. Hey, Carol. Here, Maddie. Here, hold on. Sorry, guys, I'll be back.
No worries. So INDO coming back to hit 13. Really need to see it break over like 13.15, 13.20. At a break over 13.25 on INDO. Throw my chart up here. And so there's the break over 13. 13.15. Gotta break this spot here. Really important. Man. Gotta have this first 1 minute candle make a new high on INDO.
Yeah, I missed it.
I mean, it came back up to 13.15 or so, 13.12, and it keeps hitting that spot as a resistance. Right. So really need to see it break in probably the next 2 candles. I put my screen up. I didn't know how long you'd be.
Oh, no, yeah, you're all good. I just bought another 25 shares of INDO, but it's one of those stocks that are just kind of has my number today, I think.
I threw your stream back up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll hold this, but if we get a rip, we get a high break, maybe we can make some back. If not, we'll cut it. But
you definitely could scalp this, like 5-10 cents, right. Something like that, something small.
There
but okay, there's a little bit of pop.
Big slam down. I'm gonna take a little bit off of this now, just to protect the trade. There we go. Better. Now we took half or more than half off. We got 10 shares left. Just a very small position. If I could just make some money back, we're good to go. There we go. Getting the pop.
13.25.
I'm just gonna cut it and just keep the profit up. I'm up about 20 on the day.
Nice.
Let's see, IONQ. Nothing. BRCC. Nothing. IMPP. IMPP is moving some. SPY is completely sideways. BP is still running. So BP is still kind of moving up. We got Moho up there at 50 cents. Moho is kind of interesting. It's testing Q looks a little bit extended now, so we're going to go to the SPY, which SPY looks much stronger, and SPY actually looks pretty solid. So we're going to buy this on the SPY. Let's see if we get a run up to break the highs and hold over 430s. All right, so we just cut the SPY, bought the dip buy and the bounce. Yeah, and we're doing okay today. We're up about $25 or so. Man, SPY is running. Wow. So watch some other stuff to really run with it. Let's check out like Apple here. Apple looks like it's trying to pull a red to green move. I'm sure the Q is kind of crazy too. BP's still running up. I should have held that position. But if the Q gets a pullback, we'll buy into this now. I'm going to take a small position here in the Q. I don't want a full position, but I don't want to miss out on a bigger move, and I want to be able to add to it. So I think that's what we're going to do. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to mute it. Probably.
Could you put your shoes on, please?
All right, so I did get a little bit. The dip buy would have worked on the Q. I just don't know what I'm going to get with 10 shares. So I can either add on a pullback, which I think is what I'm leaning towards, or I could just take the little dollar profit. I think I'll just wait for a new candle to open up. If we get a dip, I'll add on the dip, which is right now. Kind of missed my opportunity, but small enough size on the Qs that we can keep adding to it, I think. We have some house money built into this now, so. Yeah, sorry if it's noisy over here, team. All right, there's the pullback. Caught the dip. We'll add one more 20 share or 10 share position, get 40 shares.
Dude, I hit flatten on INDO while I was still in profit, and it just wouldn't flatten out. So I was just trying to like exit out of the position. It wasn't working.
That's why I gotta just market order it occasionally, I think,
Well, I mean, flatten is a market order.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know,
TOS.
wouldn't work.
Yeah.
TOS issues. But
yeah.
I was up a couple bucks, down a couple bucks. What the hell?
Yeah. It's all good. Small,
Yeah. It was like $4. It's not a big deal, but
so you're
still
good.
Annoying that it's like, you set your order.
It's not the amount, it kind of throws you off mentally, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're scalping the SPY, or the Q and the SPY again still. It's holding 10 shares left in case we get like a much bigger run up. I'm about to have to go though, so I think I might cut this, guys, and run. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna really be sizing up, so I'm gonna cut this. We're up today about $30, I think. I can't really look at it. I don't want to show everybody my account number and stuff like that, but about 30 on the day. So green day, we'll take it. We'll profit and run out of here. So listen, love you all. Good luck. Joel, hold it down, brother. You don't have to keep it going much longer. Completely up to you, bro. But yeah, we're heading out. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bitcoin is ripping. Holy moly!
Really? That's great.
Yup.
Nice.
We're at 45.
Yeah, man. I'll have to check it out. I'm gonna watch that on the plane. But later, team. I'll see you guys later. Thanks again, Joel. Everybody, give Joel a big thank you for this, man. Doing a great job, bro. Doing a great job.
Always happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro. So. All right, team. Later.
All right, guys. So we got IMPP popping up off this $2 area. So it ended up hitting that $1.95, coming back down to the VWAP, and ended up coming on right up here to 212, which was in a previous resistance level. And so we had this one move, and then we got another move happening right now on IMPP. Hey, I appreciate that, Robert. What do I think of that, Momo? Momo ATXI JVent in at 65 cents on ATXI. Let's see. Let's take a look at ATXI. I kept it on the list. Let's see. So if you're in at 65 cents, we had it run up to about 74 cents area. Because the fact that this is below the view app and on the TTM, I'm seeing the momentum going to the downside and I'm seeing volume dropping off. So if you're able to get out with profit, that's personally what I would do. If not, cutting that loss might be worthwhile. I'm not recommending anything. Here comes MULN, but that's personally what I would do on it. Just because, a lot of these things don't have the momentum to continue over day. I want to see what the Moho did. This is not Moho. That's INDO. Man, this was annoying. So I was like trying to get out right here, and I was hitting the flatten button, and nothing was working. And it just kept going like 1 cent near my limit, and then like would go down, and then 1 cent near my limit would go down, and then it did this flush, and then I hit flatten, and it finally worked. But it worked on the flush. Unfortunately, I was sitting in profit up here. So, oh well, technical issues, I guess. MULN. So MULN, that's quite a dip on MULN. What was the other one that I was just talking about just a moment? Oh yeah, IMPP. So IMPP was running. Here it is. IMPP came up and hit like $2, $2.10 area. It'd be interesting to see if this holds $2. If this holds $2, IMPP could have some good movement on it. ATXI now running red. Yeah, exactly. And that was why I was saying on ATXI, I would have probably got out of that area if I could have. And the reason why is that it was below the view app. And we were seeing the breakdown on the TTM right here. So that's a really, really strong indicator of which direction the stock is about to go and which way it's going to trend. The TTM has been one of the most accurate indicators that I've personally used. I started using about 9 months ago, and I love this thing. It is totally part of my trading now. But the other thing that I was seeing was the volume was dying off. So right in this area, like 6-7 cents, that's where I was saying, I probably would have gotten out if you were in that. So as always, not financial advice, but just my opinion and what I see. ATXI play was yesterday. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel on it too. ORGO is testing high day. Let's check it out. ORGO. Orgo. Yeah, putting in new highs right now. This one looks like kind of a slow mover, but there is a reasonable amount of volume. It's not huge, but it's there. And you can see it, at the open, we started at like 8.15 and we've ran up to 9.27. This one, I think if traders get a hold of it, then it could, go somewhere. It's already gone quite a distance right now. So if you're trading ORGO, that seems like a reasonable one. It's a 60 million share float. I would like to see more volume personally, and for that reason, I wouldn't be getting involved with it. Although, definitely if you got involved here at the open and took advantage of that move from like 8.15 to over 9, definitely could have gotten a great trade on that one. What did IQ end up doing? IQ fell way down. Glad I got out of this. It's been kind of like a bit of a difficult week for me trading. And maybe that's because I'm trading live and I don't normally trade live. Or maybe it's just because there just really hasn't been a lot of momentum around the type of stocks that I normally trade. IMPP, yeah, showing a $2 support level. Now the next resistance here is kind of there's like 210, 212 level. You can see how many times this is tapped right here at 210. It's a lot of times, and the fact that this has hit this resistance so many times makes me hesitant. But so I think that the best move would have been here, and a great move would have been right off here. But I'm seeing kind of a little bit of a pattern that may start downtrending towards like the VWAP, and then we'd want to see if this holds like $2 or holds the VWAP just like $1.96, is basically the same area. We are seeing a little bit of a consolidation and indecision in as far as sentiment goes. So we did have that run up, but we're seeing like blue, which is or dark blue, is the cooling off, but then we're seeing cyan, which is the the momentum upward, and then back to dark blue. So the way I see this as having a little bit more of a sentiment towards the downside now, but only to hopefully around this VWAP or $2 support area. But this could, if it breaks over 210 and like 215, this could definitely run up a bit. So IMPP, I don't know that this one's done. I definitely don't think that the move is done on this thing, but right now it's kind of in a period of indecision. At least that's what I see. Yeah, Larry. I mean, that's the hope. I hope that after the couple years I've been doing this, and I'm at least able to analyze things relatively decently. But it's an endless learning experience. So, but what I see on ORGO was just that the volumes just seem way too light for me to want to get involved in it. Yeah. So INDO, what did this one end up doing? I'm not on INDO. Completely wrong one. So INDO came all the way back to back above VWAP. We're seeing the sentiment on the TTM is lower, but I am hesitant to trust the TTM on this particular stock. Basically because the float is just so low, being at like 1 million, that this one, I think you just need to trade the raw chart. And I wouldn't put as much emphasis on the TTM on this one as I would something that's like an 8 or 10 million or a 15 million share float stock. And that's just because I've noticed inaccuracies in terms of the TTM once you start getting below 5 million share float. I've noticed that it's not necessarily the inaccuracy of it, but I think it's just that it's difficult to plot a trend when one seller could dump the stock or pump the stock. So if I close the gap, yeah, dude, holy moly, look at that. Sorry, guys, if that clear in my throat was pretty loud. DLBS. Was that DL? DIBS. Let's see. DIBS. It does have some volume. Not enough for me to get excited about. It's in the like 10 to 20K range. Maybe I get this big candle with like 40. But it is moving and it is above VWAP. And but if we look at this yesterday, ooh, look at that. Like went from 11, we just dumped in the after hours, and really we're coming off of this like 649 area. But we started out the open at like 650, 649, and we've ran back up to 8. So I mean that would have been a great trade on this one. DIBS, take a look at this one. DIBS, what is the float on this guy? I can't even pull up a float on this one. Let's check Finviz. Finviz got it. So we're looking at the float here is 32.8 million. So on DBS, IMPP high volume. Yeah, look at that. So we were talking about 215 as being the breakout level. So we're right around there. We'd want to see that break over 215, and we may get it right now. But this is what I was talking about on the TTM on this one, is that it's kind of a lot of indecision going on with this. We can see that, buyers step in and then sellers step in, buyers step in, sellers step in. And it's kind of almost like consolidation through this period. But we had this one move up, and then we've got this almost like ABCD pattern. And now we're getting this this breakout over this 212 was the original area that I put in. So 215 really is the resistance, I think, with this one. And I'm going to move this up to reflect that. And let's make it a pretty color. Or maybe an ugly color, whatever you like. But for IMPP, if you really want to see big runs, I think over 225 would be something a little bit more like a big run up. We can see it hit 282 just a couple of days ago. So where are we at? This was yesterday. This was Monday. So this one definitely has potential. It's definitely coming back a bit. I think with IMPP though. And then right down here on the TTM, we're seeing a red dot that usually indicates, this is not necessarily the best entry point. But, I think with IMPP, I'd want to see like the really big type momentum, DBIP. MULN, you said? Yeah, look at that. MULN coming back up over View app. Let's take a look on. So MULN has a pretty solid resistance here at like 115 that I've seen. And it can hit like 120 and stuff like that, but 115 has been a pretty solid resistance with it. And it's really fallen down a lot since yesterday. It spent the whole day yesterday selling off, and so it's come back a little bit today. This one with MULN, I would only be looking to scalp moves with this, 1-2 cents at a time. But there's definitely opportunity here. And the opportunity on this one just started. So there's definitely opportunity, but I think it's going to be, very small price movements. Where's all the things that are like, 20, 30 cent price moves? Where's all that volatility? What's going on? You said DBIP, Larry? And look at MULN is really starting to move a bit. DBIP. I'm not pulling anything up for that. Did I read it right? PBIP. This annoying visual impairment. Yeah, PBIP. This is super low volume though. It's definitely, gapped up. What happened with this? So this thing halted, according to the news, at like 650. Yeah, looks like this thing just like kind of like ripped up and then didn't do a whole lot after that. MULN at $1.15. Okay. Oh, it's a merger. Okay. Let's check the gap scanner. See what we got. So yeah, there's that resistance level, that 215 area that I've talked about, and if it didn't break over that, that's why we're talking about this. Might fall back down towards view up, and we want to see it hold $2. BTU made new highs just now. BTU's been kind of steady running today. Had this nice rip from like 19 up to 20, like 1950 or so up to 20, and it's been kind of steady moving up. It's up $1 or so on the day since the open. It's pretty good, like 9% gap on the day. INDO ended up coming back to the 13s. Probably should have held this, but I mean, after that dip right there, and I was trying to get out over here, and it just wouldn't let me out of the position. So had to take a small L on it, but I was in the 13, and I was really trying to get out like right here. It just didn't fill me. This one, I definitely think that this has opportunity on it on INDO. Throw that as resistance. But be careful with it. It's just like a 1.5 mil shares float on that guy. So what else are you guys seeing? Now the music kind of like, I think the music gives the market momentum. INDO putting in work, bouncing off the view app right there, and coming back up to this like 13 area. This is one that like I think it's really interesting that it's held these gains all these past few weeks since it put them in, like, I don't know, 15 days ago or something like that. So if we go back a month, you can see this thing a month ago was down at $3.60, and it put in all these gains here like February 12th or so. Actually, like February 23rd, it like ripped up, and it's pretty much been ripping since. That we hit a high of like 15.15. Maybe get off on this daily chart and go like a 20-day. Yeah, that's better look. You can see I've traded this thing all along the way. I hit a high actually of like 19s, and it's been kind of like consolidating here, but stretching it out over the days, you can see it's kind of like it's almost like forming a flag. So I don't know if this thing will do like a nice big run here in the future, but it kind of looks like it could. Looks like it's in a trading range. Yeah, exactly. DWAC close to breaking 100. Let's check out DWAC. Yeah, it did break 100. Look at that. 101. Yeah, DWAC putting in moves. You got the equity to trade something like this, 97 up to 101. I mean, you could make $2-3 a share with this one, but DWAC is always very volatile. So, like you can see, we were just at 100. We dropped all the way down to 99. So it's moving like at $1 at a time. But there's definitely like huge scalp opportunity on this one for sure. Just taking a look in the chat. Rely, RELI. DWAC kind of breaking down a little bit. Not too bad though. Yeah, Rely. Excuse me. Rely's been moving up, but it's very, very low volume, and without that volume, I can't trade this one. The chart looks good, but it would need volume, and I think until traders get on this one, I'm definitely going to stay away from it for now. Let's see. Start back at MULN. So MULN hit that 115, and that was its resistance level that I mentioned, and you can see right there, and it's coming back down off that resistance. So what we'd want to see from MULN, is we'd want to see it hold the VWAP, hold above the VWAP, and I would say this like 110 area as support. We'd want to see that, and we'd want to see some consolidation here and then break back above 115. And if it breaks above 115, we want to see it push to 125, especially past that 120 mark. With stocks that are this inexpensive, I look at like 5 cents markers as resistance levels a lot of the time, as opposed to like something higher. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was talking about. You know, there's that breakdown toward the VWAP. So when stocks are higher, you know, like once they start getting like or past like 250, maybe like $3, then we start looking at 25-cent ranges. INDO dumping. What else y'all see? It's still slow, man. It's been a slow week. SXTX. 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 I'm not pulling anything up with that. Maybe I typed wrong. I'm not pulling anything with that. Green again on SXTI or ATXI. Good job. IMPP breaking below the VWAP. BTU pushing up still. This one's been steady pushing all day. They launched a renewable energy company with Riverstone Summit. So these guys have been steady pushing all day. If you are doing sort of like a longer trade period of time, this one might be a decent one. What else we got? I'm going to check the float on BTU. BTU. This one is 130 million share float. Not small, but definitely not huge by any means. So I definitely think that I'm going to probably be focusing on scalping really, really small moves over the next like few weeks until I see the momentum come back in the marketplace. And that's what I'm going to focus on today. But, you know, I get caught up in trying to trade momentum, as that's the normal trade style that I do. I just need to focus on my discipline, I guess. What about you? You guys red or green today? What's going on? How you guys doing today? ANPC. I don't know about that one. ANPC seems like it has no volume. Hey, good job, Hawk. Green is green. Green is good. Sorry to hear that, Tiny. I'm also red today too. I'm down like $7. Pretty small, but Green small. Green IMPP earlier. Thank you. Yeah. Long term for me is swinging over a day. Yeah, me too. With the exception of like in my investments. So, which I've done a pretty decent job on. I spent a lot of energy putting in like learning dividend investing, and I think it's paid off. I'm actually doing a lot of dividend investing for my son, so he's got his own account, and I'm looking to my goal with him is actually over the next like 10 years or so to be able to grow to $1 million. BTU going. XFOR also getting some momentum and some volume. I'm going to jump back over to BTU. Yeah, BTU just keeps putting in new highs. It's small and it's kind of slow moving, but it's still happening. You know, I mean, they opened at 1950 or so, and they're up at almost 21. So it's practically $1.50 a share. So BTU has solid news on it. You know, they're opening a renewable energy company, which I think in this day and age is one of the most hot investments that somebody could be making. So I definitely think something like BTU could be a good trade for the day. Everyone has their own way. I don't trade like John. I'm here for info sharing. Yeah, exactly, Play. I mean, I actually don't trade like John either. John and I trade very differently. I trade momentum a lot, and I notice John tends to trade within ranges, or he'll do scalps, or he like shorts or longs the SPY, like in and out, just quick scalps. I would never trade to make $25 a day, etc. Yeah, I mean, we all got to start somewhere, but me personally, I'm hoping to get it to more like 200 to 300 a day is my goal. Yeah, playmaker. I mean, yeah, for me, I don't know. I tend to understand it more. I do take a little bit more losses from time to time, but like occasionally my accuracy is really really high, and the whole point of it is like I might take a few L's, but I try to keep those L's very, very small so that when I do, get something that with a lot of momentum, I, tend to make much larger profit all at once. So, but my accuracy, for the most part, ranges in the 65 to 75% range on positive. So, so I don't mind losing, 25 to 35% of the trades that I take, as long as I'm getting that profit ratio. SPY a couple and then 100 a day is goals. Yeah. It's too much time to make small money. Yeah, exactly. And that's the challenging part about it, But I think that, we can lose bigger too when we're doing momentum trades. But I think that's why it's so important that we manage our risk a lot. But I would rather personally, I would rather sit on the sidelines and wait for momentum and snipe it. And that's how I like to trade. A lot of times I end up taking just one trade a day, and just looking for the thing that has the momentum behind it. We check SoFi. Yeah, we can check SoFi. All right. So SoFi has been so far selling off all day. We were up here in the in the 13s, and right at the open, we just kind of tanked down, and yeah, it's just been stair stepping down all day. So this is like a classic short strategy, where we're seeing this sort of like we see it fall down, and then we see it kind of come back up and give people hope, and people buy in on that hope, and then we see the flush down, and then it happens again. and it flushes down. That happens again, and it wouldn't surprise me if we saw another flush down. But I will say this, that when we see the stair step, we see this a lot of the time where it'll come up to around the same level, and then it'll dip down again, and then it'll come down, and you can see it did not come to that same level and then dip down. So this coming back to near its same level, this may have opportunity to come back up. And when I look at the TTM, I am seeing that, we are seeing some consolidation here and getting near the buyer's momentum. We're also seeing the possible crossover happen. So for on SoFi, I'd want to see this not just get above $12. I'd want to see this probably get above like 12.25, which would be just right around the VWAP area. So that's what I want to see out of SoFi. I want to see it get around 12.25, and then from there start looking at taking a move on it. And the reason why is, yeah, you may miss out on this gap fill right here, like from here to here, but I'm looking for confidence in it, and I'm looking for confidence to see that reversal of that trend, and that's not what I'm seeing yet. So even though the TTM may begin to have it, it just started just now, and that's not enough confirmation. For TTM, I like to see at least 3 candles of cyan before I get involved in something, and this is exactly why, So for this one, I really want to see, first off, that crossover happen, which we almost got it, not yet. But then I'd also want to see the EMA 9 and the EMA 12 cross above this EMA 35, which likely will happen right around here if it was to happen around 12:15. And then from there, I'd be more interested in getting involved with it, especially if the EMA 9 and the EMA 12 got above the 35. That would be a stronger indicator for me of an upward trend. IMPP back above VWAP. Oh, SXT? That was the name of that thing? I was trying to type in SXTX and not seeing anything. SXT? This thing's got like no volume. That chart's kind of untradeable to me. IMPP back above the VWAP. Okay, so let's take a look at IMPP. So it did end up holding the VWAP. It did end up holding that sort of like $2 area. We are seeing the possible crossover happen on this, which we'd want to see probably around like 205. And we are seeing the TTM switching from the downward to an upward momentum on the trend. So this guy, given the fact that this one held over $2 or held right around $2, does provide some confidence. So maybe they open here at $1.80, and the rip up and held support right around $2. Then came down 250 or 215 resistance and came back below the VWAP, but held this $1.95, $2 range. And yeah, this one definitely has the potential right now. I would want to see a little bit more confirmation. So probably like 2 or 3 cyan candles on the TTM. And I'd want to see the EMA 9 and 12 crossover on the 26. But the fact that the EMA 9 is above the 12, that's a good indication of upward momentum as well. So all right, guys, I think I might shut it down here. BTU, by the way, is still crushing up, hitting over 21 now. So BTU seems like honestly one of the most solid trades of the day. It's still moving up. It's moving up like 5-10 cents. This thing just continues to make new highs. So BTU, I would check that one out, guys. That one seems like it's been a good trade for most of the day. Just steady moving up. It's slow moving, but it's moving, and it's moving in the right way. And the trend is still continuing upward. And right now, it's not showing any signs of a reversal. So at least not that I'm seeing. So all right, y'all. Peace out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I love and appreciate all of you. And make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button. Always ring the bell so that you can get notifications when Beginner Trading goes live and whenever we drop anything. And also, guys, if you guys are into crypto or you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, check out our Beginner Crypto channel that John and I have been putting together, me, John, and Cam. And so you guys are going to want to check out that. And lastly, if you guys are trading crypto or you're into that at all, check out BitGet. BitGet is an awesome platform. It allows you the capability of trading cryptocurrency, investing in cryptocurrency. But one thing that I really like about it is that it does use KYC verification. So it's going to be kind of the gold standard in verification in making sure that keeps frauds out and stuff like that. But one thing I really like about BitGet is that it gives you the ability to trade with margin, and that's pretty rare when it comes to trading with cryptocurrency. And I think that's something that obviously be very, very careful when you're trading with margin, but I think it gives the ability to make some pretty big moves. So you guys can check out BitGet right here. This link goes to both mine and John's affiliate link, so it just rotates between the two of us. And you guys can check that out. So you can join this Discord for John's Discord at Beginner Trading, and all that stuff is listed in the description. Also, if you guys want to learn more about technicals or how the VWAP works or any of that stuff, it's all in the description. And BTU, look at this thing, man. This thing is just flying, hitting at 2120. Always, this thing's just been putting in high after high after high, pretty much every single candle. So BTU going crazy. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Peace, love, and appreciate y'all. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.